friends. Let me know if my audio's okay. I just coughed into the microphone, sorry. Oh, welcome back to the greatest show on the internet. Hello, all 27 people in my live chat. Kidding. Good to see you, Elizabeth. Mama first. Good to see you, Susan. Staying out of trouble, I am assuming. Melissa B., welcome. My day's going well, Shelley. Thank you. The aristocrat cat. Been listening to Granny's Watching this morning. Who else was I listening to? Oh, White Boy Lockdown Radio. Everybody's commenting. Everybody's commenting on this Banfield interview from last night. And before we get started, the only reason I have now somewhat respect Banfield, and I understand she's just an employee over there at News Nation. I'm not trying to be overcritical. News Nation is pretty smutty in my opinion. They're just trying to hone in on everybody else's gigs here on the YouTubes, but they have a right to it. It's cool. Every so often, it doesn't represent in the quality of journalism, though, because they have some good journalists that work for them, at least from my perspective, although that can change very quickly. Banfield witnessed 9/11, and I was watching as the towers fell in New York, and Ashley Banfield was giving a play-by-play of the South Tower over the phone. And I'll never forget that. So, I mean, just because of that situation, I kind of listen. I not listen to the things that come out of her mouth because I'm not like that in that sense. I just respected the situation at hand, and I thought, wow, interesting. Not like she was going to save anything or anything. It's just one of those famous clips that goes down in history, probably did wonders for her career, but she already had a significant career way back at that time in the first place. Or else she wouldn't have been on the phone, probably. Who knows? Nonetheless, she got individuals like Tony Mathis and Seth Rogers up there in that shit show last night. Anything that they participate in is a shit show. Because they're insincere, disingenuous, call it what you want. And that's my opinion. All right, you can have whatever opinion you want, and I encourage you to develop it. I don't care what it is. If I care what your opinion is, I'd probably tune in. Hold on. Made the mistake of filling out an online form today. Fuck, I knew it as soon as I hit send. I knew that I was going to regret that as soon as I hit send, because I was looking at some of the prices of some used vehicles that I saw on a lot, and that's what got me into it. Now I pressed the send button, and I gave him my number, and I'm like, don't fucking call me. Don't fucking call me. This is just a test. I accidentally like sent, and now I'm getting call. They will completely ignore it, and I'm getting calls every fucking hour. Block, 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 block. This is the scandalous. Not just that, within about 15 minutes of that form being filled, my information was sold, and I'm getting all of these sketchy UPS, UPS fake texts to my number telling me to hit on this link and all kinds of things. Fuck. My mistake. I won't do that again. I'll just go in with my money when I'm ready. I don't know why I filled that out. It caught me at a weak moment behind the screen, I think. I filled it out because it was asking me. Then I got right skeptical as they asked me for my phone number. I'm like, why do I have to fill out all this shit just to... I'm like, well, whatever. Looks like I'm going to have to change my number again. Compromised. Anyway, it happens. Good to see Abigail. Breezy, what's up? What's up? Yeah, it's the same when shopping for car insurance. Oh, shit. Right. I should have known it. I knew it, but it's interesting to see because, DeMarie, it's interesting to see because no sooner did I hit that than did I get inundated with calls and everything else that goes along with it. That's scandalous. You can almost see it happen in real time. Fuck. Scumbags. It's all right. It's not like I have anybody to talk to in that sense anyway. You were stupid enough to click on a YouTube ad for free makeup? Yeah, I pay the family plan. I don't get put in those situations. Even accidentally. One moment, please. I'm not giving my number up to who. I don't need anybody to call me. If I want to talk to anybody, I'll call you. That's my company policy. Let me see. Oh, husband was in the hospital, DD. I see what you're saying. Yeah, all those Geico commercials, DeMarie. I get it. Pindle, what's up, man? Let me see. Let me pop this open. I got to pull this up. You've got to see this crap. You've probably already seen it. Fucking Tony. This Tony is something else. So first of all, it looked like Tony. It looked like Tony and Seth were twins. Like they're probably on the same tablets, but muscle relaxers, people are stating, well, I would assume that Seth's probably on muscle relaxers and that Tony probably gave them to him so he could slip one in his butthole. Loosen him up. He's probably not used to taking it. Just my opinion, maybe a thought. Oopsies, I didn't realize it was chat. The fuck are you talking about? You didn't realize this was a chat. Oh, because I just released... Oh, I get what you're saying, Jenny Line. Good to see you. Yeah, I just released it. This Smileys... I haven't watched... I guess she did a half-hour video in response. I went back and I edited that yesterday. I have to apologize to Smiley. I didn't mean for it to sound so aggressive, I guess. I wasn't all that aggressive, I think. It's just that when you hear yourself back sometimes, probably shouldn't have used... those swear words. I probably would change that, but I don't change anything that I say. I mean, it was all unedited, so I sliced it up and re-uploaded it this morning on monetized settings. Smiley, when you can hang with the big boys, you let me know. Until then, I'll just sit in the back and watch you. I watch you all the time. I mean, that's not going to change. It doesn't matter what you think of me. I think it's funny. Just because I wonder why I enjoy watching Smiley. It's because I know what's coming. There'll be some cockamamie crazy thing that she's twisting and tying into it that's probably a real problem. It's just a matter of time before it does. Not that I'm malicious. I just enjoy these type of things. Funny shit. She was AB showing some true colors for you, Shelly. Yeah. Everybody's on Smiley. Everybody has something to say about Smiley. I'll never ever get over that. I can't unsub to her, Nursykins. I don't want you guys to unsub to her. Then what am I supposed to laugh? Who am I supposed to laugh with? Why does it matter if AB likes you so much? Smiley, I like you as a human being. Does it matter? Some of the shit that you pull makes me laugh. Like, really makes me laugh. But it's unintentional. That's what I like about it. And that maybe seems a bit... I think it's unintentional. I can't figure that out. I think that's what gets me, the hook. I can't tell if it is or not. Like, if she's really that dumb or if she's just playing stupid. How can you tell? You can't. And that's what catches a person every time. It's just for those who are stupid and you're trying to get out of something. Continue to act stupid and then just flip. You like when Pale Rider and Pale are in here together? Oh, I see. Let me see. Moo Bros, what's going on? The swear words are fun, though. Yeah, well, once you talk yourself up sometimes and you're on it just happens. Probably should have chosen other words, but we're practicing, right? At least I listened to it. And when I say I listened to it back, it was only like 2 spots that I stopped. The first 2 spots, it took me about 10 seconds. I'm like, oh, that sounded harsh. Good enough. I'm like, I can't believe they okayed that for monetization. Woo! Comes hopefully $10 on that. Just add that to the kitty. It's going to pay my hydro bill this month, I think. Yeah, Dee Dee, look at you. Aren't you? You're a member over at Smiley's, aren't you? Smiley isn't clowning. She's for real. Smiley's funny because she gets herself in these pickles because of the shit that comes out of her mouth. People often forget that, the things that come out of her mouth, but then she'll spin it around like long after everybody's forgotten what the hell started it in the first place. Fair enough. I could forgive you in certain circumstances easily enough, but it comes down to, you know what? I was wrong in that circumstance, which is not a strong suit in Smiley. You don't have to encourage, it's not, you have to change or you're going to be this way. No, I respect her that she has her own opinions. That's what I laugh at. That's what makes it so genuine. Because she's serious. I swear that she's fucking serious. And if she's serious, then you got to get a load of this. That's always the situation. So I don't know what she said last night. It's probably pointless, meaningless. I will go back and probably watch it at some point when I'm bored, but there's other things to watch. Watch it all again. Nah, Smiley is a drama queen. Smiley don't do drama. Why don't you smile around and find out? She's got all these things. That's funny stuff. At least she's got some slogans, catchphrases. Cool. It helps your branding. This branding is what this Smiley branding is what was concerning. She was doing a good job, but I guess there's nothing much to talk about. I would love to hear what Smiley's input is into the following video. Getting your nails done. Oh yeah, she got her fucking acrylics done. Look good. They look good. They should. You paid for it. I'm not even rubbing that in. That would be wrong of me because a good nails and a good pedi, at least every 6 weeks is fairly. I know it always came out of my bank account. I can't imagine what it costs now. With inflation and fuel. The last time I had to pay for that stuff, it was expensive enough. What a misogynistic thing to say of me. I just dropped a comment. Thank you, Nursykins. I unsubbed after that happened between Seth and Trevor. Nursykins, you just up and unsubbed? She got some heat over that, but, I would have thought that she got some XP, some experience from that in a sense. I think that maybe when she got put in that scenario, she realized that she's not in control of this little fucking scam she's got going on over there. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm not calling Smiley a scam. She's over there doing her best, trying to come up with ideas. That's what's really funny, in my opinion. That's what kind of scrutinize. I can talk about it. It's my opinion. So I'll tell you when I'm criticizing it for real. Like I'm never ever malicious, and all of a sudden she wants to turn any sort of critique against the content that she comes out and expects to get payment and super chats for on the backs of other people. She wants to spin around, and any sort of opposing viewpoint is taken as cyberbullying, harassment, like a good bad. She's just unable to accept constructive criticism. Anytime that you have a person like that, you have to go and give them some criticism. You have to pick your spots, because it's just a matter of time before the content starts making itself. And it's just human nature. It's fun. Psychology can be fun sometimes. Of course, who knows what she's talking about over there. I just shared a really funny situation from my perspective yesterday that happened in her chat. So from her perspective, all that really matters is she's going to turn it around and spin it like I was doing something that's going to, translate into cyberbullying her. Listen, I don't encourage anybody to go over there and troll. Just go over there and participate. Not believe me, you'll find out soon enough. You just grow your own nails, so sorry, Smiley. You have to pay for yours, except when your son paid for your last ones. Her son paid for her last ones? Oh my god. Well, hold on here. Guys, I want you to take a moment. I want you to take a moment and put your hands together, and I want you to pray. I want you to pray to the Dark Lord that Smiley doesn't lose any subs. I want you to go over to the Smiley's channel. I want you to hit subscribe and hit that notification bell. Please go back, and I want you to subscribe to Smiley Stories World. She's just an interesting channel here on YouTube, and you'll be entertained, no doubt. But let her know that AB sent you. That would be fantastic. And that's not codified for go and troll her. Absolutely not. I'm being very genuine, very serious about this. Get over there right now. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Amen. There, I prayed to the YouTube gods. I'm still with Smiley. Please, no backlash. I'm still subbed. I'm not like, oh, I don't agree with you. I really like that. She had a really funny intro that ever since I started talking about it, she's not played it, seemingly. It kind of ticks me off a little bit, because it was like, it's like a multi-shot. It's probably made in an app, right? And it was like a template in an app. And she's got, it's cool, but it's like, it reminds me a bit like what Magnum PI's intro was back in the 80s. Remember how exciting Magnum PI was? Now, mind you, that's Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck's a Hollywood actor. The guy's not going to be ugly. He's okay looking, right? Especially for the 80s with that handsome mustache and all that shit, ladies. Fuck, you want to plaster him 24/7. Now, her introduction was just like this a little bit, and it started out with her going, she's got this weird little, like Jerry Lewis type of what would you call that? I'd say an outburst, but she has it in succession, and it sounded so funny. And it was like this high impact energy, smiley, in your face excitement. And in the final one, she was dressed in this, what looked like something from the late 1800s, with this huge bonnet hat that flopped over, and she had like this lace lace collar with this Victorian style symbol like Laura Secord on the cover of, their products. And she has this long frilly dress. Oh, I'm Inspector. It was probably representative of an individual in a book that I just can't remember, like an old author, Mary Kelly, perhaps. Some a really weird shit, dude. But it's not weird. It's really cool and funny. I get it. But to combine it all back to back, she needs to play that. That's pretty funny. That I tune in just for that every time. You never tune in for somebody's introduction. I tune in for that one every time. I'm like, go right to the beginning. I got to see that. That's actually really, really. It was really funny. As crazy as it sounds, or it is. There's a little bit of cringe, but that's what YouTube's all about. That's that makes it good. You're so Inspector Monocle. She needed a monocle, but her glasses were probably on the bridge of her nose and just rested there. Oh, welcome, Robert Chapman. Where's Waldo? Good to see you. Welcome. Long nails. Where did I see the DD? No need for bullying people, even if it's someone one doesn't like. No, I'm not bullying at all. Is all of a sudden what? See, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say about somebody in the sense up here. It doesn't really bother me. But I could tell Smiley, she's the coolest, most gentle, warm, soft, cushy, tastiest treat in the universe. And she would take it as bullying because you're being too sarcastic and I don't know what to think of you. Why don't you take a link and come on up here? Oh, shit. Of course, I'm taking it too far, but you're supposed to a little bit. I wouldn't. She probably is looking too far into it. I was just busting balls, really. Like I just busted her balls in her live chat with one word. All of a sudden, she snowballs it into some sort of something it's not, which was expected. I witnessed her rant. It looked manic. Why would she put so it was expected. All of a sudden she wanted to turn that into me cyberbullying her. I read a couple of comments, or all of these people in my comments, not all. There's like one comment. But it made me laugh. I said, "No, you're bullying me in my chat now." And she was. Fuck yeah. You don't come in here and tell me, gaslight me in my own chat, tell me that I'm doing something that I didn't. Fuck your shit. That's the kind of quality viewer that Smiley has over there. Somebody sticking up for Smiley in that sense. They don't even know what it is that they're fighting for in the first place. That's just the way that she likes it. You're being hosehead again, AB. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's racist. Did she pull out some racist statements on me like she did with the Queen? The Vault? I'm waiting. She's butthurt. Yeah, I'll give her a cyber hug. Smiley, please accept my cyber hug. I didn't mean for you to take it the wrong way. I was just busting nuts. Hey, Taze. Okay, Faith. Let me see. Yeah, Luna. Scrolling back up. That's what I can't get over either. I have to make mention to that. Fuck, we almost got to go over and take a look at that right now. Pardon my French. That was my first F-bomb. I'm not even going to edit that out. I really apologize. Trigger warning. Strong language. PG-13 as of right now. One of my cousins had long nails, and she had 3 little boys and did not have any house help. What are you saying? Sounds like a racist already. She's already had them polished and looked right. She stepped out of a magazine. Sounds just like the ladies I like to frequent. The kind of ladies I like. And Tony. Tony doesn't like ladies. There's no possible way that Tony likes the ladies. Nothing wrong with that. There's only something wrong with you when you pretend to like the ladies. One of my cousins had, I can't get over the letter she sent to the judge using Summer's name like that. I can't like somebody who does that and thinks it's okay. Oh, Luna, what do you mean? Hold on, let's bring this up. Let's just pop over here for a second. Oh, let's just open up the magic monitor. Romper, bomper, stomper, boom. Tell me, do. All the little boys and girls at play today. I can't remember how the rest of that goes. ADD kid, I guess. Now, how the hell do I turn this on again? Figuring out the computer for the first time again. There we go. Why so small? Let's just have a little look over here. If we scroll down, what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and we're going to have a look at my post that really started all of this off, because Smiley has never, ever, 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 ever yet acknowledged the 800-pound gorilla in the room currently. That's this letter that's posted to my comment section. Now, just one moment, please. I think I'd figure out how to use this by now. Hold on. There we go. Let's go down, 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 down. Oh, there's Tony's penis. Down, down, censored. Down, down, way back. Let's see here. It's got to be coming up here. How many posts ago was this? All kinds of shit talk going on right there. There's Smiley right here. Holy shit! How long did that take to get to? That's how long it has. That was me scrolling nonstop. That's how long ago this has been rattling around in her head for. Is Scott H? Well, there's lots of Scotts. What about Scott H, Jenny Lang? Yeah, I heard he lost his monetization. People were figuring out for reused content. No, listen, you can't keep all your garbage public. They don't like that. You just been tacked. You don't get that, they take your monetization away. You have to reapply for it. They'll let you back in. It's just a wake up to let you know, to figure out how fucking YouTube works, okay? Like, obviously you're not getting it, Scott H. So they just continue on not knowing what it means. They don't want all that garbage content clogging up the fucking system. When you have reused content, it's all you and this old summer stuff, and you make it private to get it off, then re-upload it. Re-uploading it wouldn't consider it old content. But what they're saying is that smarten the fuck up, you're not using YouTube properly. Anyway. That's really what it is. I had one like years ago. It's like, what do you mean? That's when I figured it out. What do you mean? I've done 10,000 videos on YouTube. They should all be out here. It's like your number of videos is a measure of how hard you are. Hardly. It's not like that. Quality in that sense. That's what they're after. And nobody watches it anyway. It's very infrequent. So, you know. Oh, did he? Jenny? Anyway, so let me read this. I don't want to get too sidetracked. So a few days ago, hold on here. I said, hey, 2 weeks ago, I said, yo, Smiley, stop telling people to do their research when in fact, madam, you're reciting other people's information that is out there and pretend to be informing your audience of information that you have collected. You are pretending to be educating others on bullying and suicide awareness. I just listened to your stereotype and misinform because you're feeling under attack. Look at the reflection in your glasses. You're not interpreting anything, just pretending. What was that in regards to?
Are also some of the factors for females. For females. Female students, they also they have report levels much higher, of course, for sexual violence to them.
So you see what she's doing here, okay? It's the act that I was referring to. So here she is. She's yesterday. So what inspired this what comment stems from this. This is the behavior I'm pointing out in my post. And it's her. And this is her brand of informing. So what she's doing is reading, twisting, and misinforming to the public in real time. She's just twisting the words that she's literally reading. So 2 weeks later, she's telling everybody how she researches it really loves and takes a lot of pride in bringing and presenting the information that she does. And yesterday I got hard on her saying, yo, B, you can't even read, yo. Like, how is it you're educating us and you can barely read these words? So no matter what, you can go and practice in your room in front of the mirror. Go and read something, anything. And just interpret it as you go, a few words, and just twist it into anything. That's what she's doing. Maybe dementia, Jamie Williams? No, this is intentional. Dementia is a little different. There's no early onslaught. This is just bad behavior. This is monkey see, monkey do. She's trying to attach herself and talk about it because she has put herself in a position to think that she knows what the fuck she's talking about. And you don't even have to be a professional in anything to recognize where the discrepancies are in the things that come out of her mouth in that sense. I'm not even trying to be hard on her. No, I'm not. You might think that's hard. That's not. But that's what you get for putting yourself in this position. Look. You're undermining even the awareness. It's one thing to emphasize how important any article is and relate it to something that your audience is already familiar with, that you're bringing to them on your channel. All of a sudden, you're flipping the script and you're taking the literal words and watch.
And it's more, of course, than their male peers. But here's the thing. Males...
Here's the fucking thing. Let me tell you here the thing is there, honey. Here's what she's doing. Literally looking at statistics, graphs, charts with an S, not an SH. Those type. You know what I mean? CHARTS. Those charts. See, I did it again. What the fuck is going on? And this is somebody in real time misinterpreting data. Is there anything that gets better? Now it's worth watching. You see what I'm saying? Get your asses over to Smiley and subscribe. This is what happens. Don't give in to the hate and the disdain. Don't give in to the anger that it's evoking from you. Learn to surf it like a wave. Explore it. Understand it. Recognize it. Celebrate it. Grow. And she's an expert now. My point exactly. So the whole thing. Let's do this a little bit differently. I'm not trying to dogpile here. I think the term is, but we're gonna have to revert to an old cinematography trick that I really fancy, and that's an extreme close up. Something you can't do on StreamYard when you really need to. Extreme close up. Well, let's get a real feel for what you're reading there. You probably figure out what website she's taking that from.
Get violated as well. They're too embarrassed to come forward. And that can do so much mental, traumatic harm to them. And also with females too, they get embarrassed and they don't want to tell. So the numbers would probably be so much higher. Now, this is probably where I'm going to get upset.
Here she goes. She's going to cry now.
Because if the shoe fits, unfortunately, you can't. I'm sorry. Unfortunately,
I
you
didn't
can't
notice
not
anything.
get mad about things. You just
It's good
can't.
to see you.
But, you got people going around here acting all high horse, high and mighty. But you got people.
Hey, I got ABAB. That's a great name in my chat. Welcome. What the fuck? Oh my god. Good to see you, Kip Rich. I had to special hello to you and Thomas as you came in. For Annie Bassmaster, she's a know-it-all and an expert on nothing. Try to figure out if you can pick out, if you're in a hurry. Let's pretend you all are in a hurry right now, okay? Me as well. If we were in a hurry, let's jot down just some of the key words that come out of our mouth in the next however long it takes. And let's see how long it takes to get us there to satisfy enough keywords to figure out what in the fuck she's on about. Try playing this at any one of her videos in that sense.
This makes me mad because I want to help put out something good to help people. But when it ain't for the trolls in here, then stuff gets in my brain and I'm thinking.
Put out something good that's going to help the people. What, like an R&B soul record? Who are you going to team up with? Who are you going to thinking about teaming up with?
Oh, these MFers.
Barbara Mandrell?
Because you literally got people who literally have been charged with putting date rape drugs.
Like who?
And people.
Is that what see what that was right there? That was a dig at White Boy Lockdown Radio's criminal history from all kinds of years ago. He was slipping one of those romantic type of substances, some Spanish fly, I believe. It ended up not being Spanish fly.
People's drinks that are literally in kids' cases. Okay?
I think, don't quote me on that.
I can only imagine. I mean, because that's the worst of the scum, if you ask me.
So there we caught her. She's hating all over White Boy Lockdown Radio. You guys experienced it here first. Does White Boy even know about this? White Boy, do you even know about her talking shit about you? That's nasty. Man, I appreciate you, Kells OG. What do you think the worried look on her face is for? I hope he doesn't hurt his feelings too much. Yeah, I know these guys. She's got all kinds of different ones. She's got a wardrobe. Like Smiley's got a decent wardrobe. Some days she got pink glasses. Those are really flat, and you can really see the reflection. It's like it's like distracting. Like when she's got the light on, it's reflecting back in the camera, and it's like a car driving with its high beams on coming at you. I'm not one to make fun of people's looks. Smiley looks fine. She's beautiful in that sense. I'm glad she's in front of the camera. It's a lot more than you can say about somebody like Prayer Gardens in that sense, right? So, I mean, I'm saying to you at home, you could go over and enjoy Smiley's content in a way that doesn't make you feel that you have to go and lower your personal standards to try to fit in or agree. You could just go over there and say, AB sent me, and she'll at least know. She'll be less threatened by you than she would by all these trolls that she's talking about. Just let her know where you're coming from. And she's all, it's AB. How hard can it be? Like how much more of an apologist in this sense do I need to come across as? Am I being disingenuous? You'll never know. Oh, I'm such a narcissist. If you weren't such a narcissist, you wouldn't give yourself away in these statements. Okay, that trailer was giving myself away. Okay, I have to retract on that then. You'll never know. Fuck, she's your buddy. Hey, she's my buddy. She's my buddy that doesn't want to be my friend. You and me, girl, we're gonna be partnered up this tour. Saddle up. Oh, you're already on a saddle. Let's see.
And don't say any names because
White Boy Lockdown Radio. That's what you're
wouldn't
talking about.
give them the time of day or the spit off of anything if it was.
Come on.
Dang it.
What do you get so upset for? It doesn't matter. That still, no matter what comes out of Smiley's mouth or how crazy she seems to be, she's at least up here doing it. I give her basic respect for that. Like she's not hiding behind some account leaving nasty messages under your chat. So there's still a hierarchy in that sense. I give her minimal respect. I care about her enough to criticize certain things about her because parts of me think that she genuinely, if you're going to be here, you may as well do it right or do things in a way that you are going to be more successful to your brand in that sense. It's not like you have a magic wand. It's about being in the right frame of mind. It's just about being in the right frame of mind. In Smiley, that's a lot of people's biggest concern. But of course, things get out of hand when and Smiley does it to herself. She says all kinds of crazy shit. And when you hear, even if she hasn't even acknowledged these racist statements yet, situations like that are easy to get yourself out of. You just have to acknowledge them. If you don't acknowledge these slips and these mistakes, they pile up and they get used against you, which is contributing to a negative mental health state, or a poor state of mental health in that circumstance.
Why they can't even carry a sentence, I don't know why my name's in their mouth, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. Because you put yourself up there like everybody else.
But you got people actually putting date rape, fact, drugs, being arrested in their...
Excuse me, Smiley, in the future, could you use something a little less offensive, a little less harsh for my YouTube algorithm here? All right? It's not... Instead of the R word... I think people prefer to hear the grape word.
Young people's mouth, I can only imagine. Let me just say this.
Very sensitive here.
So, back to my story here.
Listen, another thing I will give credit to Smiley about in regards, all jokes aside, from the perspective of content creation, I think she did a good job talking to Chris and Katie Proudfoot, considering they were trying to use her at the time, and she recognized it and she made that known at the time. So in an emergency situation, in that sense, from a YouTube perspective, she did the right thing. She didn't try to champion any of the bullshit like you would see historically with other people. She was genuinely attached to it at that point. But when you get it, that's right for the moment. But how long? Maybe she's knocked into it. Like this funny face stuck too long. She can't get out of this cycle, this loop, this spin.
You can't.
I know she wants me, but she can't have me. She can't have me. I'm not available. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I'm not to be used.
Feel safe anywhere. I can only imagine what I'm talking about, these young girls and boys, that wouldn't surprise me either, with date rape drugs. You can't go to feel safe.
I always said that I used to be into older chicks. I loved older women. That's because I didn't really understand the influence all of the media that was getting pumped into my head had on me. Now that I'm older than that age, I understand it. And that's still 20 years younger than Smiley. Not that old. Hell no. Damn, girl. Damn. I'm not like that. I ain't looking to grow old with an old girl. You're already old, girl. Damn. You better be rich. How much money you got? How much money you got? Not enough if you're sitting here hustling. Could you imagine if Smiley's hustle? Oh, that'd be no way. What if Smiley got some double D breasts, huge knockers, and she went live every day and just with these low cut like tops and stuck her cleavage in the camera? She would probably, unfortunately, in today's world, she'd probably end up being popular, and I'd have to eat my words.
At a college party.
So against huge fake tits.
On campus, scared somebody might slip something in your Coke if you don't drink, or if you're gonna have a
she already has
beer
them?
or two, even if you're not old.
Not the ones that I'm thinking of.
Enough. We know what they do at college parties.
What? Whoa! I feel that was an important part there. Let's elaborate. You know what they do at college parties? Ooh, that sounds like Ted Bundy. I mean, you know what they do at college parties. Things without me. Said every incel everywhere. Except for you. The pissed off one. So let's see what you're saying here. That's actually a pretty good clip of Smiley. That's some funny shit she's going on about this. This is pretty entertaining for me. I thought that was pretty good. Well, that would be a plus. Good to see you, Cats. I mean, can you blame her? Oh, they're talking about you being on, wanting me and everything. I think that's just a novelty, believe me. You wouldn't even be able to handle me. Believe it or not, I'm high maintenance in that sense. Emotionally unavailable. Unless. That's how it is, baby. Hold on. Let me see here. Janelle Silver. Some people can't handle criticism. I catch several creators slipping with the racial characteristics. I can let a good portion of them just roll off my shoulder. You recognize hate when you hear it and things like that. Some people just like to be instigators. You don't have to go nuts every time you hear it. Think about music. Oh God. Oh. But I think Smiley slipped in that sense. What are you really thinking under there, Smiley? Smiley is high on the probability scale to be wearing like white, bed sheets with holes cut in the head. If you know what I mean. I'll give her a 75% chance. She really goes low and seems to enjoy it. Yeah. She's talking about going low. Everybody else going low on her. I'm not going low on you. Fuck. Like, what do you mean by going low? Like a happy ending? Like, I don't think AB cares for y'all's immature sensual comments. Ooh, sensual. Where? What was sensual? Oh, stop. That's weird. That's making me feel weird. I'm not like Smiley. I don't need your stroking of my egos. In fact, I prefer the opposite. I like to get heat. I like to be a heel. It's a lot more fun. AB, my last boyfriend was 12 years younger. Well, hold on. Listen. There's always exceptions, especially when it comes to love. Love. You know the love I'm talking about. The type of love that you don't have to sign any dotted lines for. Free love. She accused you of looking at her cleavage in her rant? Really? That's so stupid. That's victim blaming. So essentially, Now you're stating that you had your cleavage out in my face and you're blaming me for staring at it. No. I can't remember ever seeing those wrinkly old damn things. And it's your camera angle, dude. That's your camera, not my camera. You're sexually harassing me. Come on, AB. She wanted you to see her pink bee. What the hell was a bee? A bra? She had a pink bra on yesterday? Okay, I can't remember. Tells you how closely I'm looking. Oh, Janelle. You're Native American? Oh, ooh, you're turning me on over here. Inupak. Oh my god, you're probably just gorgeous. I know it. My little Inuit gal. Just what I've always dreamed of. That would be my only exception. Esther, I haven't heard that name in a while. AB, do they do it for views? AB, my doctor said that my spine is all about 90 years old. Shit, what were you, a race car driver? The hell is that outside my window? Birds outside my window. Crazy. Audio hallucinations, no. Cleavage and smiley in the same sentence, Jamie Williams. It's something else. Hold on. Let's get on with the show. Just a second.
Get some scumbag like that. Can't go to a bowling alley. I'm just saying. I mean, these young youth kids don't know that, of course. Can't go to a theater. Can't get up. Can't go with your friends because, hey, somebody might slip one of those Mickeys in your Cokes or something, or sprinkle it. I don't even know if you sprinkle.
Wait a second. It's looking to me like she's jealous. Because the men don't find you desirable enough to slip you a Mickey? Are you hoping to have a Mickey slipped in your drink someday? She seems rather bitter.
Sprinkle it. I don't even know if you can sprinkle it or not. I don't know nothing about no drugs. Sprinkle it on your popcorn. I don't know.
I may as well talk about it then.
And then take from you what they want. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time, and it won't, I'm sure, be the last time.
This is probably the part of the show where she's doing her research. So here she's researching, presenting, and interpreting all in the same show. That's talent. Maybe that's what she's doing. It's like juggling. Pick me. Who's she calling a scumbag? I believe she's talking about White Boy Lockdown Radio. She is. She's taking like she's probably looking at his record, and of course he's well on top of everything. She's misinterpreting it, hating on him. How much lower do you need to go in that sense? This is contradictory. There's a bit of that in all of us sometimes, but I'm just pointing it out as we go.
But anyone mentally challenged, you have to be strong.
What?
You have to be strong.
Did you guys just hear that? Hold on. 11951. Go back to 11930. Now, I think I just heard, for those who are mentally disabled, you have to be mentally strong, something of the sorts. Let me listen.
But anyone mentally challenged,
For anyone mentally challenged, this is an interpretation. So, what's popular for a lot of you coming into the chat maybe late? There's a lot of spirit box communications going on. Well, that's nothing. This is a lot better than a spirit box communication. This is Smiley interpreting actual real data that she's reading off the internet, and you're never gonna know what the fuck comes out. It's like she's been possessed by a demon. So now, for anyone mentally challenged,
You have to be strong.
you have to be strong. No, she actually said millionally challenged. Listen, look at this. Hold on. Oh, not that one. Take a look at this. You think I'm kidding you? But anyone millionarily challenged, you have to be strong. You have to be strong. But anyone millionarily, what is millionarily a word? That's some pretty crazy. What is this called? This is the live caption generator. That's pretty cool. So it's actually taking it and spelling out what she's pronouncing rather than what it used to do and completely butcher something. It's different. Like it's spelled out her mispronunciation. That's really funny. That's content. That's good. Oh, it's deep thoughts.
You have to be strong because, there's a lot of peer pressure out there too. There's a lot of peer pressure out.
She's assuming that she doesn't know because she's not around a whole lot of her peers. She has not a great social network of friends. But she's assuming that there's a lot of peer pressure out there in those circles that have friends. As you would expect there to be. There's a lot of pressure to do things like all wear blue or all wear red. It's a lot of pressure within these gangs. You would know that probably being associated with the Crips, right?
Out there. See, that's another thing. Excuse me. That's another thing that they have to deal with, and it's not good for their mental, is peer pressure.
Figure that one out there, genius. Why isn't the individual with mental challenges being supervised to the point that they're not being influenced by malicious outsiders in that sense? You're telling, so mentally challenged people, they have to be strong. They have to be strong because I imagine there's a lot of peer pressure out there in their social groups. Does this sound like somebody who's really got both feet on the ground? Let's continue. Maybe it's just a bad day. Let's continue. What the fuck's up with this shit? Look at what this my face. Look at my face.
Peer pressure.
So why don't you start a new hashtag? You can fit in that hashtag. She's worried about peer pressure amongst the mentally challenged. Fuck, they have a hard enough time socializing or introducing. It's really contrary. Do you even have disabled kids? You know, mentally challenged children don't have great big social fucking networks in that sense.
Youth has to deal with a lot of peer pressure, especially as a teenager. You know,
There's so much pressure on these mentally challenged kids to go have sex with women. You know, there's all of this peer pressure on mentally challenged teens to start smoking, and of course now that, you know, oh, look at, it's just the peer pressure amongst the mentally challenged. You think that she's including herself in this? What the hell are we witnessing? Go, Val.
smoke cigarettes, smoke marijuana, drink a beer,
All right.
sneak out of the house.
That was peer pressure. I'm giving in.
Um,
I'm giving in right now, and I hope you do too, to Smiley's peer pressure here. She mentioned marijuana. That triggered me because I've got some fantastic live resin rolled into this, and it's a super dupe. This fucking puppy is probably about 90. Well, it's infused with some live resin. I hope I triggered you. Let's smoke together. Happy 420 at 150. It's the cheap 420. It's a warm up.
Do this, do that.
Yeah, join me, Lady Lolo. Oh shit, that smells good.
All the things. Well, my parents said no.
Listen. I'm not. This is my medicine. I have complex PTSD. I have complex PTSD up in here, especially right now listening to this shit.
Well, do it anyway, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. Negative peer pressure, though, it can set somebody off, especially if they're under a lot of pressure. You know, if they're trying to have friends, it reduces their self.
That's what she's saying. So she's up here educating everybody. She's trying to pass herself off as one of these mentally challenged people, because we all call her mentally challenged anyway, don't we? So she's really trying to agree with all her haters and say, you know what, everybody, I am really mentally challenged. So now that I've admitted it, you can't call me that anymore and shame me. She's trying this, and she's trying to spin it back at you. Clever, isn't it? And all of this peer pressure. She wants to talk all about the peer pressure from her peers here on YouTube, putting pressure on her like we are here today. Because just talking about Smiley, she's going to interpret it any way that she wants. You know, it's kind of a funny thing in that sense, because it's just how she is historically. It's kind of the reasons why I watch, because you never know what's going to come out of her mouth. Like here, would you ever expected to be in a conversation like this? Like, first of all, what the fuck is it we're talking about? We're not actually talking about a real issue. She's talking about an issue that she's really making up, that she's trying to convince you is an important topic about peer pressure with mentally handicapped. This is the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard, dude. How is it people just can't laugh that hard? It's a real talent to become less, to be Switzerland in that sense. I mean, if this was work and you were an employee of mine, I wouldn't be I'd be a little bit more sensitive to your feelings, but only in the fact is that I would never have an idea in the first place how the fuck you got to be working for me with a brain like this. You're not talking about anything in that sense. Peer pressure with kids that are mentally challenged is called, that's actually a crime, motherfucker. Okay, so you're putting a soft term on what would otherwise be a crime. Figure it out. if the child has a cognitive impairment, there's no possible way that it's out there running out, freak of the wind, just showing up wherever and whatever. It's totally contrary to the point of having the diagnosis in the first place there, Rocket Man. Holy shit. Like, you have no concept about what it's like for individuals or what they go through. So what the fuck are you really actually doing up here, Smiley? Because what you're doing is twisting it to make it suit your narrative, to make yourself out look to be a victim here, which you're not, and you're not very fucking good at it. Right? So cut the shit. Nobody does that to you. Nobody needs to do that to you. You're the only person that's doing that. And is that your cognitive inability? What's your diagnosis? She doesn't have one. She's just being called out for being stupid. You know, there ain't no need for a diagnosis for being stupid, pal.
Esteem, you know, all the things. Getting involved in negative peer
Welcome,
pressure.
Janelle Silver. Thank you very much for joining.
Brings a whole host of mental problems. It does. Such as depression, anxiety, and trauma to that person. Stand alone. I'd rather stand alone forever, and I mean forever.
See what I mean? Was I right? Look at me. Don't even have a doctorate in psychology, and I told you what was coming. Hadn't even seen this. You know where this was coming. Do you see how she just spun it and made it all about herself after talking about all of these catchwords and this word salad? Now, that's not my dog. That's hers, Bassett. I don't have a dog. That's from hers. Notice you don't hear it now because I press pause. So, fucking, you got me off sidetracked. Let's press play again. Let's replay this one right now. Fuck, I gotta replay this one. I can't believe this. What's the timestamp? 1:22:07.
Getting involved in negative peer pressure brings a whole host of mental problems. It does.
So getting involved in negative peer pressure brings a whole host of mental problems. I guess it's true in a general statement. Now watch as she's going to spin this and say, this is where the research goes right instead of left, you know? What? Here it comes right here.
Such as depression, anxiety, and trauma to that person. Stand alone. I'd rather stand alone forever, and I mean forever.
And ever, amen.
Forever.
And ever? Sounds like a Randy Travis song, doesn't it? Sounds just like a Randy Travis song, Smiley.
And be alone than be forced into anything.
Well, I don't think you're gonna have to fucking worry about that too much there, Hottie. Are you worried about your high risk of being trafficked into some sort of sex work? It's some weird remote place of Siberia, maybe. Let me know which town is up for that. I'll manage you. Oh my God. Oh, peer pressure. It's just overwhelming. This is fucking shit. So she's spinning it, making it all about herself. I love it. So continue on. I knew this was going
to be popular and get attention or sit at that table.
There's your husband.
I really had. No way, shape, or form is anything that important to me that I'm going to be a follower and follow anybody.
See what she's doing there? So she's taken whatever she just misinterpreted as her new coat of arms in that sense. She's adopted this justification. This is so ridiculous. Which is an extra highlight to today's show that I didn't even see coming. I'm like, this is so crazy. What you just said, Smiley, makes not a lick of sense, my love. Not a lick. So what are you really up to? I couldn't even think of something so fucking stupid, and I'm not even trying to be insulting. I'm trying to sit here in front of you today, friends, and literally think of something stupid you can think about anything to run on as a politician, something that matters. But the only trick is it actually has to be a thing. Oh shit! It actually has to be a thing. And all you did there was assemble a couple words, put them together, and either of them on their own are both things, but together they are not a thing. In fact, together they're a criminal act. Smiley.
No way. Yeah, yeah, being a parent is more important than ever now. And you can't sweep this stuff under the rug. You got to watch this stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to watch and be on your P's and Q's with your kids at all times. People are dying by the dozens. There you go, honey. Yeah, people are dying by the dozens. The mental health in these kids are considered good when they feel more positive. Encourage them, refocus them, help them be more positive. Always encourage them to be the best that they can be, and teach them and guide them to be positive role models. Don't teach them to act like bullies on the schoolyard.
Well, how much different is that than really good parenting to begin with? You're too sober for this, Jamie? I'll give you a moment. Beverly in my chat is very, very confused. I'll give you a synopsis as quick as possible. How we got here, you'll have to rewind and catch up. But to give you the short and narrows, Smiley is going on about people with mental disabilities and the effects of peer pressure upon them. And she's twisted it into apply to herself for whatever reason, rather than stick to whatever point she was trying to make in the first place. Don't be confused. Don't be confused at all. I've done a well enough job to explain up to this point. This is just Smiley being Smiley. Please don't hold it against her. Good afternoon, Ramona Desiree. She gets on your nerves. Pick me. Last night while cooking dinner, my jaw dropped hearing her react to your comments. Janelle Silver says, I wanted to save that for my like an actual reaction. I haven't watched it. I know she must have there must have been no notification. Because after I got done doing what I was doing, I saw that Smiley was live, and I went and joined, and she was talking about thank you for being at the video I just did. So I went back to her channel. I'm like, oh, it said AB right away. I'm like, there's 30 minutes of me. I'm like, oh, that's going to be a good reaction video then. But so I have not seen that at this point. For those watching in the future, replay crew, please hit that thumbs up and share this out to your social media. Leave me a comment. Tell me how many hours you've watched Smiley Stories World at any one point in time. Listen, she's just on YouTube. You don't have to be ashamed of it. You don't have to be this way or that. Sometimes you just take in the scenery, right? And Smiley's the part of the scenery.
other people are acting. Don't teach them that. Look, psychological problems in youth came from many different factors. For example,
Having you
family
as a mom.
history.
Imagine how fucking poor your mental health would be if Smiley here was your mom. That would be a top contributor. Even if, listen, you could be rubbing feet right now. Instead, you're on the internet, for example.
Stress, bullying, and pain can affect your mental health.
Really? You tell the CIA.
You know, say about 1 in every 3 teens has met the criteria for mental issues. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, look at how fucking crazy you are. You're not ashamed at all to be up here. This may be part of the problem. At some point, stigmas in society are good reminders there for you not to justify your shit behavior or craziness, to have society bend the rules to accept you, but maybe you might have to change to fit into society. It all comes down to their Smiley Stories world. That would be the line. You don't have to get them there by your boot and a smacks in the bum. Hopefully, you get lucky. Hopefully you get lucky. That's really what it comes down to at the end of it. You can put yourself in a better position to be lucky. You can only do so much as a parent in that sense. But I don't know, like she's partially talking about she's including the words of essentially children with disabilities. She's not once mentioned the term children with disabilities other than whatever crazy cockamamie shit's coming out of her mouth in the moment, talking about teens suffering from peer pressure resulting in poor mental health. And I'm paraphrasing to make it easier on your ears. She put it in a way that is a little bit more slack-jawed yokel. Like, don't forget, we haven't dumbed anything down here. This is just a trip down, a bit of a sidetrack. We've still got places to go here. We're just fascinated by the scenery.
It's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. But it should be taken serious, very serious, and not be overlooked. It should not be swept under the rug without early diagnosis.
Literally. Oh, it says here that a person's mental health should not be swept under the rug. Oh, that's good to know. You can keep it on the kitchen counter then. Maybe up high in the top shelf in the cupboard.
And treatment.
She tells you she doesn't really... you don't even fucking leave that shit. Crazy shit. Oh, I'll bless you, Sky Maiden. I love Smiley so much because
children with mental disorders can have problems at home and at school, and in forming friendships.
Which is where you come in as a parent. You got to bridge that gap. But if you're Smiley, you go to YouTube. No, I'm just kidding you, Smiley. I don't know. That's what you should be talking on. Smiley, this at that point is where you need to pick up and share your experience without butchering somebody else's words from the internet. It made no sense. I can kind of put together what it was that you wanted to talk about, but the way that you talked about it represents fiction rather than an actual scenario that needs addressed. It's not one scenario. That's just, poor mental health is a result of outside factors, poor outside factors that you as a parent have allowed into that child's life. So if your child has some sort of cognitive disability and they're being affected by peer pressure, what the fuck is wrong with you as a parent, number one? right? It's not going to be across the board, but that's for pretty much any. There's always going to be an exception. There's always different ways to do one thing, but comparatively to the nurturing that you give a child that has a cognitive disability and has an actual diagnosis, not just a pretend one that Smiley wants to perceive here for the sake of conversation, but an actual one, you're already in and being treated in a certain way where how would you, what are all the other disabled kids around him going to start getting him to smoke? Like, what is it you're saying? So how is the cognitive ability and normal life tangible in that sense in this circumstance? The answer is they're not. She's took some information and she applied it to how she wants you and the audience to perceive her as a channel and what she's interpreting to be bullying and how things and people need to be treated. You know, using it under the guise of this other catchphrase. This just inserting a word because it's in her head. That's the facts, bro. Have you guys gotten smarter over the past 10 minutes? No. You went from shit talking white boy radio, which do your thing, whatever. You know, if you have a beef with somebody, but she took it to shit talking a white boy radio in his criminal history in that sense, to relating it to the effects of that sort of pressure that you're trying to blanket cover all of the outside influence that you say is blowback or your trolls. You're trying to loop all of this together and paint yourself as some sort of victim of bullying when it's just you not wanting to be accountable for the garbage that comes out of your man pleaser. Again, that's why we're watching. That's why we watch it. But I love it. She can change that. She can change that. I wouldn't think any less of her. I think more of you. Think, you know what? I'm right. But what do we see out of her? She's like listening to Dougie Hutton in that sense. She's the same kind of hustler in that sense online as Dougie Hutton. It's easier for her to play stupid and then try to be a little smarter than how she portrays and how that presents as really like substandard intellect here. Like I'm talking 50 or 60 IQ.
Talk to your children about it, about their mental illness. Talk to them.
What is the title?
Again, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Our youth matters, and so does mental health. That's the title of this bullshit video. This is straight bullshit video, dude. So really, you came up here to trash talk White Boy Radio without actually using his name. I could figure out it was White Boy Radio just on the shit that you were saying. Okay? Yeah, that's the title, Luna. Smiley, you don't care about teen mental health. You've talked about there's a big difference between teenage mental health and children with cognitive disabilities mental health and the factors that affect them. Okay? You can't make a disabled child's mental health comparable to the mental health of as a child in the sense because they grew up in different surroundings. That's you as a parent and a caregiver disregarding what should be prioritized in that child's life at that point in time. Hey, my child's got some fucking mental cognitive disabilities. I'm just going to throw them right into a pack of kids and let them figure it out. No, it's not typically how we do it. Fucking tool. They need assistance. They require assistance. And that's a long, drawn-out process sometimes, Smiley. You know this. I would have thought she'd known this. But she keeps talking about all these kids that she has. The only relation that I know that she actually has is just her old man that got locked up in the Hooskow. And she's so lost and preoccupied with her YouTube channel that she had to send that judge a note begging him to please drop the charges because it was going to otherwise negatively affect the Summer Wells case, a missing child that had nothing to do with her personal situation. She did this in a private fucking letter that's part of the file of public record that you at home watching this now can go search. That's something you are never going to be able to let down. What and who do you think that you are? This is the question of the day. Let me know in the comments below who the frick Smiley thinks she is. And name anything. Like, what kind of megalomaniac is this? Where the charges dropped, Pinto? Fuck no. It didn't work worth a shit. She even included, Summer's poster, taped it onto it. I am a great proponent and advocate of children, you motherfucker. You better let my old man go. After they got all fucking hammed up and started beating on each other. Too bad you didn't finish the job and jump off a cliff. Christ almighty. Two people that claim to love one another. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's you. My bets are on you. It's not him. All judges don't fall for stuff like that, Vivian. Oh, that's not what we're saying. I'm talking about how funny the sheer act and the audacity of the individual who sent it, which is on your screen right now. That's enough. I'm frustrated with your crap. We're going over to two more people that are frustrating. Check this out.
Rogers and his folks.
I got sidetracked with Smiley. That's a good one. I like those sidetracks. Now we'll get back to business. Segue.
Tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay.
Fuck it. Let's do it live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
That's right, Bill.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Fucking teleprompter.
And thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
All right. God rest his soul. But now here we have Ashley Banfield, Seth, and Tony. Are we at some sort of gay nightclub? Did we just walk into some sort of weird gay nightclub? Let's see. I'll take off the old chat box so we can get a load of this. Speaking of cleavage, we'll go like that. Oh, we'll just get... no, we gotta use this. Hold on, I gotta rearrange some things. So yesterday, they must have a real bigger clip. They were talking about how old Seth and Tony look all messed up on substances. And old Seth's arm's going, this old arm, his ouchie, he's got an ouchie that he's had his entire life. The question of the day is in regards to this, and it was brought up on Granny's Watching. It came in response to a conflicting statement from a viewer at the time I was listening. And Granny posed the question as, how is it that a person like Seth can go around and beg for money online to fund and support a search for all of this time that he ends up saying that he can't search now because of this particular injury, right? In other words, he was just giving people a line at the time, and as you do, he's taking advantage of the situation. That's really what you're seeing. What you're seeing is just fabricated nonsense. Wordplay for the camera. We're going to have an uninterrupted look. Well, it's going to be interrupted. Hold on. There's a couple spots. Tony didn't get his cameo like he was expecting. He's probably going to hold that against Banfield at some point, I would expect.
Person Tony Mathis, thank you to the both of you. And Seth, I'm really so sorry that, here we are having this conversation with News Nation again about your son, Sebastian, and it's been all these months. Do you have any updates? Have you heard anything, any leads, anything at all from the police?
No, ma'am. I haven't. Every lead that I do come across, I have my private investigators searching into it.
Now, you have to remember, like, I'm trying to look at what the time is here. What's the time? So this is 10:26 p.m. Eastern Standard. They must have put that on just to remind you that the bar's been open for the past 9 hours. Because these guys are fucking 3 sheets to the wind. You're on all these. I don't give a shit. Do your thing. But the fact is that you guys are coming in front of the camera. You're sketched out. You look like shit. Okay? It's a poor representation on anything that's ever going on. Doesn't matter what it is. You're your own best representative, and you're putting on the sob story bullshit act because that takes priority over really anything. The rest is just a bullshit word, a bullshit statement. And the fact that Tony is even involved and even up there to begin with makes everything questionable that comes from Seth. Every little last thing. You guys are pretending that what the real message is behind here is that you're out pushing this narrative that he just wandered out of that front door when there's no evidence that he ever left that house, coming from the words of the law enforcement's mouth, to be exact. There's a camera faced right on that damn house. There's no evidence that he ever left through that front door. However, shortly after 6 or thereabouts, Katie's truck is sure seen coming out of the garage and going for her 10-minute search about. And you're wondering why they're not talking to anybody? Why would they be talking to anybody from that particular family when, in fact, you guys, your story fucking sucks. You're a blatant liar that's been called out time and time again, Seth. Your questionable history. You're a borderline sex offender that's not actually been pursued. You're a creep. And your buddy here's got his cock out all over fucking Twitter at that. And you wonder why people don't talk to you or take you seriously. It's because you're fucking scumbags. Okay? You're a fucking scumbag, and you're looking to target a certain particular group of suggestible audience members in order to fund your pretend nonsense investigation. You guys can't even figure out how to rub an aspirin on your sore fucking nerve damage, you freak. Holy frick, are you stupid? You injured? Lose some weight, Tubby. Get some exercise. Mind over matter. Don't like the comments? Don't bring it to fucking YouTube. Don't bring it to the masses on how sore your arm is. Do you need a massage? Well, what is good as Tony for you? He's a useless as tits on a boar. Blatant, fraudulent characters and actors in the summer, or in the not just the Summer Wells, but in the Sebastian Rogers case. And you're included in that, Seth. Who cares about what people think that you ultimately had? You're a scumbag in every aspect of your life. Okay? And you're here begging for fucking sympathy because you can't get it anywhere else in your life because you're a garbage human being. All right? And you deserve your fucking testicles kicked with a steel-toe boot. That whole thing is weird, Luminous. Absolutely right. It is right. It is right.
And have they come up with anything? Have they been helpful?
Well, we've had pictures and stuff come in. My private investigators track it down. And then we find out that it's just another rabbit hole. Sumner County, I give them all.
You got marbles in your mouth, boy? Why don't you spit it out? You should have organized something to say. What are you going to ask me tonight? Well, come on. What are you going to ask me? Well, you're supposed to come out and spread the word. You got nothing to say. You haven't searched. You haven't done jack shit. You're trying to organize. You've commercialized your son. Well, your biological son. You weren't much of a dad. You're wearing a necklace outside your shirt. Like, dude, you need to be slapped.
All the tips that I get, just not really.
And so when you give them the tips that you come up with your private investigators, are
you're really interfering in the fucking case, because you're immediately disrespecting the case at hand, because your only job here with Tony is to undermine the actual investigation that's going on and trying to divert money into your own pocket. That's all you're doing, and it's for show. Under the guise of being some disgruntled father who was never a part of Sebastian's life to begin with. He was always a point of contention in between you and Katie because you fucking raped her. Sebastian's a product of rape, statutory, and you're the bio dad. Prove me wrong. Your mom's the one who told us. Your own biological mother, son. It ain't nothing you're going to do to change the facts about that. You better get looking for your boy. You don't give a shit where he is. You don't give a good goddamn where Sebastian is. If you did, you'd have your hands around Chris Proudfoot's fucking neck. But instead, you bent over to him. And you're doing his bidding by pushing this false narrative in order to garner sympathy and fucking donations and put a positive spin on child murder, motherfucker.
Are they thankful? Do they indicate to you that this is helpful? Do you have a good relationship with the police? Do you feel like they're on your side, that they're working hard?
That's what they're conveying to me. But at the same point in time,
I can't imagine how hard this must be.
I'm not seeing.
Did you snort that out of Van?
My son's not here. This is my first Father's Day.
I gotta go have a better figure out something to cry about on News Nation tonight. Of all the important messages to send. The only thing that you can remind people of is a Father's Day. Fuck, I forgot it's Father's Day. Who gives a shit? You expect something? Such a day that was so special to you? Get fucked. No, it wasn't. You're going to have your job, Seth. You're not fit for duty. This is a problem.
Dad, what made me a father is not here.
What made you a father is not here? Yeah, you're objectifying your own child in that sentence, you stupid son of a bitch. What exactly? That's the exact opposite from an emotional connection to a person that you shared positive experiences with. Something that you probably have never had in your life, you prick. You kept following Katie around for it in hopes that, things would work out, perhaps. Maybe you could smell her panties from time to time. Smell Chris's fingers.
I'm so sorry. I am just so sorry.
I'm not even a little bit. You're not crying. That's not real tears, you prick. That's a dry bag. That's a move. We see it all the time. We see it all the time, and you do it all the time. Isn't it time for you to lift that old arm of yours, Searcher? Come on, soldier. Let those muscles relaxers are kicking in. Better take another 12.
If there's, anything we can do, we'll keep the story, in the news. What's so bizarre is that...
Number one, you're sitting there normalizing and justifying your abuse of substances. Okaying it, considering your emotional state. Fuck, what's your normal emotional state? You're the exact opposite of what Sebastian required, which is just an ounce of strength from a parent who cared about him. This is not a parent who cares about their child.
Katie and Chris packed up and left that home. Are you in contact with them at all? I know originally they weren't talking to you at all. They weren't sharing information, which also seemed bizarre to me. Even if a split up is acrimonious, you still have this shared goal, right? To find your boy. Has it gotten any better between you and Katie in terms of sharing info?
It doesn't feel like a shared goal. It sure doesn't feel like a shared goal.
Wow.
It feels like it's only my goal and all of Sebastian's army. It's their goal. It's my goal.
No, time to cry and feel fucking sorry for yourself again. Was it that time again? Perfect. Camera, turn the camera on. Let me know when I can start feeling sorry for her and cry. Let me know what my cue is.
To find Sebastian. But as for contact between me and the Proudfoots, there has been no contact.
Still nothing.
It's like I'm the only one that misses my son.
Yeah, kind of like you were part of the problem. As soon as they get rid of Sebastian, you go with that problem, you dumbass. We can all see it. You notice where Faith is right now? In Sebastian's room. Probably putting posters up and all kinds of glow-in-the-dark starry stickers. Getting settled in. Part of the modus under all of this. The method. And you're being cut out of their lives like she had been trying to do ever since she left to join the Navy. You don't volunteer to go into war for the medical benefits, you moron. Only an absolute idiot would take that as a serious statement. And let me ask you, Katie, with all of the reimbursements and the changes to your well, here, what would they call it in the States? Their T4s down up here. It's a T4. But all the changes to your income taxes go right back to the birth of your child, which means probably a lump sum of at least $30,000 or $40,000 after 14 years of adjustments that they would give to your stipend after you filed your taxes every year. So there's a pretty significant amount of change that would have came to get that diagnosis of autism. That would have been a couple of years ago now, I would expect. Or it could be a little different, depending on how they got diagnosed. But that got to me to thinking as well. Like, that is just a cover story, because what that also says, that statement, as ridiculous as that is, not only is it not true, you don't join the Navy to get medical benefits for your child. Well, this isn't a Hollywood fucking movie from 1800. It was a way for her to get away from her abuser in that sense and go away and make something of herself, a way out that would add some security to the family. Because guess what that also says? That instead of a man going out and contributing to the household like what would be expected in that circumstance, she had to bypass your dumbass and go out and sign on the dotted line and go out and go away and make the decision to leave. You're undermining the decision and the natural bond that comes between a child and their mother, for the simple fact as it popped out from between her loins. The love flower. And no matter how great of a parent you are, you're never ever going to match that bond. She went around you, joined the Navy to get the fuck away from you. That's why she's not talking to you now. She fucking despises you because of the things that they avoid talking about that we've all found out at this point. And I'm sure Tony is there to goal keep and make sure that no crazy questions before he has got to send some hand signals down and jump off the panel and tear him down because he can't control his emotions up here because that's how they're trying to portray him. What kind of idiot acts like this? Cry when you're alone, baby. Otherwise, you've got work to do. That's what being a parent is. You're not prioritizing your child again over your own needs. You're talking about yourself again over the needs of the child. This is just another example that will fall into a long line and pattern that we've picked up here on YouTube, and it's going to be used against you in the long run. Just some more shade for you to fall under and rest and sip your iced tea while the case builds against Katie. In the meantime, you're going to do all the crying, and Tony's going to do all the backpacking or all the backslapping and fat chewing.
You know, let me ask you, Tony, if you can jump in here. I know that you and Seth asked for the FBI to engage.
You look like a sad emoji. Did you practice?
Take over, become a part of the case. Where has that gone, if anywhere?
Well, as you well know, Ashley, it's only going to go somewhere if the Sumner County asks for them to take the case over. And kind of where we're at and where I've been all along is I just want them to answer one simple question for Seth, and I feel like that he deserves an answer to this question. Are they closer today than they were February 26th? And if the answer to that is no, or we can't get an answer.
Maybe you need to Google some answers there, genius. Why do you think that they're going to tell you about any progress in the case? This isn't a call with a bill that you don't want to pay with your local telecommunications company. You're not going to escalate this on to management. You're going to up this down the line. You know why? Because you're all part and parcel to the conflicting interests of Sebastian at this point in time. You wanted to know you're all concerned they're stupid, they're Seth. You're all concerned now about where Sebastian is. You should have been concerned for the past 15 years, tough guy. This is not the behavior of a father who has any respect for himself, the family, or his child. He's a person who's been used to using him as a pawn and trying to position himself in whatever way he has reached in his own life in this little trifecta of love with him and Chris and Katie.
Sir, then I think it's all.
That's what happens. How did you expect this to turn out? You think that getting on with an orphan 14-year-old girl, Seth, was going to be a real long-term fucking idea in your head? It was going to work out for the best? How you can even show your face is beyond me. That's why you need Tony there. Because as soon as that question gets asked, you're going to be the next goddamn meme that's never, ever going to go away. You're going to be one of the statistics that people refer to in the future when it happens again.
Only logical that the case be elevated.
Yeah, it seems, I mean, what are we? I think 114 days. I understand that investigators can't always share everything, but do you feel, Tony, that at least they have been, I don't know, optimistic or helpful or hopeful, or at least been keeping Seth up to speed on what they're doing?
I think that we feel like that the communication could always be better, and let's put you or.
So when are you guys getting married here? When are you two going to shack up and sleep, just get it over with, get married? You know it's legal now.
I, as a parent in Seth's shoes, if they can't give you an answer to the question, are you any further along today than you were 114 days ago? I mean, as a parent, are you not terrified to hear that?
Why is it that you can't answer a question? Why did you finish your answer with a question rather than a statement? You don't have to ask us parents, Tony. I don't actually think that you have kids that live with you. You probably shouldn't be around children there, pokey penis. You got your penis out on a family application.
I can't imagine it. Seth, if Sebastian can hear you, if he's out there, what's your message for him?
Same as it's always been.
Same as it's always been. Well, notice that this is going to be the first time that you've ever really heard him say this. We never hear you talk. It's always Tony there, fun boy. Same as it's always been. Well, you've been doing a piss poor job about getting the following message out, because I had literally never heard those words come out of his mouth at any one point in time, nor have I heard them come out of Tony's. No, Luminous, don't all of a sudden start convincing yourself that he is on the spectrum when the guy's pumped full of muscle relaxers, drugs, some drinks, all kinds of fucking things, and probably eats himself to death. He doesn't give a shit about himself, so why should anybody else? Why don't you start caring about yourself, you slob? Have some self-respect. Look, Tony can't apply this at this point in time, Seth. You're doing this for the sake of targeting a suggestible audience for your own financial gain. That makes you the biggest tragedy pimp in all of this, Seth boy. Because even if it was a surprise to you that Katie did this, it probably was, you're using it ahead of anybody else, and you're the one who's commercializing it, and you're the one who's demanding money at this point in time, at that. All worried about the things that you feel. Who gives a shit how you feel at this point in time? I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit how you feel at this point in time, nor will I ever at any point in fucking time. That's besides the point. But somehow that narrative fits in replace to the actual true topics which each and every one of us here are so hungry for, that we just disregard them and talk about the real story in that regardless, in a way that isn't misinforming. It's called conceptualizing, brainstorming, speculating based upon the bullshit that comes out of those involved in Sebastian's lives, the person who is now missing, who are all offended that people suspect they have something to do with it. Imagine. If you didn't have anything to do with it, it would be the last thing on your mind. You wouldn't give a shit. People are going to think what they think. But these people really care what other people think. That's why they're up here playing for the camera. He's a fucking idiot, and he's just as at this point in time, I know in my mind I consider him an accessory because of the fact that he's really selling this story to a greater audience of fiction rather than call out the bullshit for where it is. You're not calling out the bullshit. Not at all. And by the bullshit, I mean the story from KP, the mother. Law enforcement, in their own words, have essentially conflicted with what Katie and Chris have presented.
No, I need you to get to.
Need you tonight.
I need you to get away from whoever you're near. Get to a phone. My phone is still on, son. The same phone number. Everything. I need you to call me. I need you to call 911. I need you to tell who you are. That you need to tell them that you are wanted. I need you home. I need to know you're safe.
What was that noise? I'm not sure if it was a pill bottle being turned upside down or like a clicker. A zzz.
I need you, buddy.
You look more constipated than upset.
You've always been my buddy, and you will always be my brother.
Stay strong, Seth. We got your back here. We're going to
stay on the bar stool, buddy. Why don't you two assholes stay on the bar stool? Make sure you don't tip over.
On the air. Somebody knows something, and there's going to be a lead that turns up. In the meantime, we do want people to know, Seth Rogers and Tony Mathis, thank you for this. We do want people to know that if you have any information on the whereabouts of Sebastian Rogers, please call the Sumner County Sheriff at 615-451-3838. Again,
Oh, excuse me. I had a Red Bull today, if you hadn't noticed. I was a little extra assholey. The 473 milliliter. You say he's in front of a green screen, just looked like a painted wall to me. Didn't even look that green. But maybe you no different. He just didn't want to catch charges. Well, listen. It'd be nice if he just explained himself. That way people rest, put their minds to rest in that regards. His damage control for the CD letters. The CD. You think people can't see my tears? They can surely hear my sniffle, Luna? That was, I don't know. There's all kinds of things that are good when you put them into a microphone that you can really, it's hard to differentiate. It's fun to play around with some of them. Oh, cease and desist. Thank you, Vivian. Thanks for the reminder. I always say that with the C and D. Now I understand what you're saying. Dana and Tony out of Grove, Oklahoma is deceased man from March this year. There's other people on that list. There's different, more than one. I searched Tony's info long ago. I got him all pulled up. Oh, God. His extensive criminal record. All the charges. It's extensive. He's just all about the check fraud. He loves some checks. Loves those checks. He must have a thing with checks. I'm a check man. Oh, yeah, Cafe Bustelo Espresso. Those are the little ones that you get from the grocery store that you put in the machine. Those little ones, those maybe single brew type of things. Those Red Bulls are expensive. It's like gold. Holy mackerel. Oh, no? Oh, no, I have the wrong one. Okay. He was in front of the green screen on another one. Okay. Maybe he was. I didn't see it in that particular one. Seth is in front of a green screen. I don't even understand why this interview is necessary. Same old shit, nothing new, Paco Sue. Well, it's necessary. It's like maintenance, periodic maintenance. You got to keep the old arms extended. A lot of meth charges? I actually didn't see his meth charges. I'm going to have to go look now. You got me thinking about that. I graduated to the 16-ounce bag of grounded beans. Ooh. Oh, yeah? You grind them at home? I'm impressed. That's impressive. I don't even do that. I buy them. Expensive, aren't they? But it's worth it. It's so bad for you. It's not the greatest thing for you, but small amounts, it's all right. You think he's losing weight from the stress? I think he just looks like shit all the time. Just looks like that all the time. Looks like a can of smashed assholes. Like somebody hit him with an ugly stick. I'm talking about Tony. He looks like he's just gotten his ass kicked in the middle of a cell block, which is probably why his face looks like that. Somebody put a fucking lesson or two into him. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking possible way that he hasn't been in prison and hasn't got his ass kicked. And that's where he gets that flattened nose from. And the broken jaw that's healed itself in a couple spots. His glass jaw, Tony. I would think he'd be losing weight. Yeah, I saw that. Holy shit. French press, Très Chic. Oh, that is Très Chic. Oh, I have a French press right here, Vivian. But I usually use that to clean my cannabis with the little spring, and I like it because it keeps it held down underwater, and you can soak herbs in it in order to clean, like, as a stage of decarboxylating it. Meth is very widespread in both Oklahoma and Tennessee. Yeah, we've noticed just by the looks of it. And now it's dipping right in over to Seth Rogers' pocket, probably. It's getting real close now that Tony's involved. It's funny. Oh, Paco, I love you too. I wonder how the Queen's doing. She was up late last night doing all kinds of different streams. I went over and tore it up. I was shit talking like crazy yesterday on her live chat. Then I had to get off, but I had to go sort out my kitchen. I had a situation. Let's go to the Star Tank Top rant from Smiley. I really want to see your live reaction to her rant. Janelle Silver, do you really? All right. You want to see this? Oh, fuck, I got to go be productive, though. It's 2 hours. I'll come back and do it in a couple hours as its own genuine live stream. And I'll even make a thumbnail for it. Janelle, I'll do it today. But it's 2 hours. I don't. If I get too long, then I can always trim it up, though. What's the temperature outside? It's 31. 31 degrees Celsius out here is a good reason not to go outside, isn't it? Too hot. Oh, don't want to overexert myself today. It was funny? All right. Fuck's sakes. Now I feel like I've gotten this all dressed up. Now that I've mentioned it, I can't disappoint. Do I want to? No, but then I'm going to be bothered if I don't now that I brought it up. So I probably should just
and take a picture of your screen. I always say.
We'll get on with part third. So we're going to need an intro. So when I trim this up, we need a little piano. Let's do a special introduction if we're going to trim this off. Okay, we're going to go over to the Smileys, and she's obviously talking shit about me. We're going to take a look. So where's the chat box? Get this back up. Move this back over because we're going to have to read the words that she said. That really actually makes me laugh. That's live caption. This is an option that's on your Google browser, I think. Most people's. I think it's pretty cool because it creates the captions in real time as you're listening to the videos on Google, of course, not just random ones. That would be handy, wouldn't it? That would be really handy for content creation. But sadly, no, it has to be through Google. So hold on, let me get myself situated. Now, let's have a little look-see. So this is, she's wearing the American, she got some sort of top on, like Wonder Woman bikini top, I guess. Oh, what the fuck is going on with this? How come it did that again? I swear I don't watch shows like that. Stupid. There it goes. So apparently...
This is Major Day. Oh, it's fixing to make your day even more.
All right.
It's fixing to make your day even more. I don't know. Maybe I can give a little cleavage, a little boobies.
Holy mackerel.
Maybe I can. Hold on. Bet you can't guess what color bra I have on today. Pink.
Oh my God.
I can't do good like Jody Sue, like the neighbor. I do got some fat boobies though. Fucking asshole.
What?
Unbalanced.
Why is she desecrating the American flag? How dare you, madam, desecrate the flag? How dare you wear Old Glory to cover up the nasty breasts you're putting and pushing into my viewer's face right now? Trigger warning, trigger warning. Many of you who had been rescued or liberated as young children from packs of wild hyenas and gorillas will recognize this scene very well. That's right. Danger.
I do have a story to tell, but it'll be after this. You know what? I think I'll restart the live after this so I don't mix it up in these stories that I tell. No, yeah, nobody can do like her. And thank goodness.
No, Fox. No, Fox. Wait for it. Fox comes into my chat and he says, it's stars and stripes, not stars and boobs. But I'm saying, Fox, it's stars and stripes, not stars and stretch marks.
Yes, I don't. I noticed one of my straps was...
That's more like
thank goodness I
the
don't.
faded glory
Yeah, thank
option.
goodness. You're one in a million. No, honey, I'm one in a million. Okay, so let me show you something. First of all, let me get back to this.
All right, hold on. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna I haven't seen this before, so I'm prepared. So I'm going to take this as though, like I would expect with my name in the title, she's thinking that I'm there and watching her live. So I guess I kind of am in a different way, but that's fine.
Y'all know you got to bear with me.
Oh, don't worry.
How do I get to my...
I see that cleavage sneaking in my shot.
And
once you do that top button
you have no idea who AB is. Honey, you ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, they really don't. They really don't. Nobody in her chat, aside from a few people, of course, know who I am. Like, I go in there and I'll say a word and nobody notices. Nobody even notices. Nobody hates. Nobody likes. It's like fucking perfect. It's kind of nice. That tells, like, there's not a whole lot of familiar faces in there. So it goes to show you the types of people that have been drawn to this ultraviolet light of freakness.
I think they go through their hormones. Do men have hormones? I don't know.
Oh, fuck, we got a live one here. Do men have hormones? That's dehumanizing. That's dehumanizing. How can we not stop and just revel in such a fabulous statement? God, this is why I love this shit. This is so funny. It's like, I'm not going to say you're stupid or you're dumb. I didn't have to. This is what makes these damn clips so funny. Yeah, this is like meme level fun. Yeah, Susan Bezio, she's so stupid. I don't like calling people stupid, but you can always change. Like, this level of ignorance is selective. You have to call it for what it is and admire it. If you've ever witnessed hate, all of these things like this, you recognize certain things when you see it in a level of ignorance to the point of confidence. Like, it's false self-confidence, which is right up a lot of people's alleys on YouTube. You'll notice it's a lot of fun sometimes to watch.
Whatever. Midlife crisis is what they have.
So hold on. Let me get a good grasp of what the hell is going on here. Let me figure out. So everybody's in there. Nobody really knows what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's going on. But you got my name on your title. You've obviously you're reacting to my video, which I just, by the way, released. You can go find it on my videos page, just featuring the clip of what happened yesterday. It's just a little haha funny thing. Just haha. Just a little something cutesy tootsy that my longtime subscribers enjoy. I they like a certain kind of story told a certain way. It's a prankish type of way, but it's not really a prank, because if I didn't kind of like you in a certain way, I probably wouldn't mention your name in that sense, right? There's always something. And when you figure out what that something is, you usually become more friendly with that person. Sometimes, like Little John and Robin Hood type of thing. But with Smiley, it's just a gold well of statements where you're like, okay. And I know it's just a statement. Maybe, if it was an answer on a question, like a question on a test, and it had multiple choice answers, she would say that men had hormones just like women do. Like, isn't that like reverse discrimination? That's wrong. That's wrong, right? Not that we care, but just for the record, you're wrong there, honey. And I was never hateful. I never objectified you like that. I always take your feelings into consideration. That's usually what makes the interesting aspect of the story. Because you get too emotional about things. Like, you got to tap it back a little bit. Now you're confused. You can't understand if other people have emotions. So I'm taking it. She's thinking, or she's looking at my community wall, or getting the lowdown about what people are saying in chat or something like that. And she's getting her, tapping into her creative energy in that sense. But she just, she misinterprets what that energy is, and she takes offense to it rather than embrace it and explore the motivation that's just been placed in your stomach, instead of run from it and claim victim, because that's where you separate the real from the bullshit. That's why you do it. Like, if she had something positive to say, she has every opportunity. She writes the story from there on. You're writing a relationship between two people on record in that sense, between me and you, Smiley. You know, we don't have to have sex, right? We can get together and we can talk. But how is it you always want to avoid certain things to talk about, like in that manner? And you know what I mean, in respect to certain topics within the true crime community's topics, not personal.
Midlife.
Just see her. Let's see what this old lady's got to say.
All right, how do I... See, I don't even know how to get to my history.
Oh, Jenny Silver.
Oh, here it is.
Hey, sweet,
that's
good to see you.
How do I get to my history?
Ooh, oh, she's unhinged. Did you hear that laugh? Definitely worth noting, my friends, on this tour. That laugh is definitely an indicator that all is not where it should be. There's like some loose bolts up in the old, belfry.
Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. No, that's me. Good Lord gracious. Download history. I don't know, but I could only probably get to this much. I hope he's watching, okay? If he don't, I know he'll come in here and watch. I know he will. But here's the thing, what I want to say. This fool, they must not have no... See, they're worried about that I backed off of Sebastian's case. That's number one. I hope he's caught up in real time now, because he said, I wasn't caught up in real time yesterday because so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. I don't even know what he said about all that. So I knew what Smiley was going to do, so I just put one word. I got her figured out. I think that's the second time I've heard him say he had me figured out. Can't nobody figure me out, because I can't even figure me out, honey.
Oh, shit, that's good. I guess what will you say to that then, hey? That's a good comeback. That's a good one. Fuck, I can't top that, honey. I love that.
I can't even figure me out.
Come on.
How in the hell are you going to figure me out?
Well, that's like going into it to that's probably the same attitude she's taken on this path to lunacy. She probably said the same thing to multiple psychotherapists. The doctors with the clipboards and the 5150 hold. How are you going to figure me out? I can't even figure me out. Obviously, I'm my own best doctor. See, this is where you're getting confused. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just convinced of the wrong things. So you can't trust what you should normally trust, Smiley. That's all. That's what we see. You're okay so far.
How? And if you come in when you don't have... You're 3 minutes or 6 minutes behind, and you don't even know what the full content is, and you don't know.
Whoop. Let me correct you, madam. Don't try to misquote me. I was up to date because the chat was live. I placed what? And then in order for the studio audience to enjoy what was just about to unfold, I zoomed back 3.5 minutes to just before I placed that in and got you caught up. All right? And you can't argue with me on that, honey baby, sugar pie, because that's what yesterday's show was about. So you can go back, watch yesterday's fucking show and listen a little bit more closely, I think they'll call it. I want to slow it down, honey. This Canadian's probably confusing that backwoods honky-tonk of yours.
Know what's going on. How in the hell are you going to say, what? She's going off of what I said.
What? How can I say what? Well, I just did in your chat, and look at where it got us.
No, I don't even know what you said, first of all.
Yeah, you were parroting my quotes of criticism on your channel. It doesn't matter because the words that came out of your mouth don't represent what it is that you're actually doing on your channel. That's what made it the double entendre, slappy wacky. Okay? So you took my criticism of your channel and assumed my criticism and then described to your studio audience that that's actually how you are and how you like to interpret things. And as you can see, we just saw your interpretation of peer pressure with children with cognitive disabilities. Hashtag that, honey. Oh my God. I see where this is going. I see where your husband probably got locked up there that night. Like she just can't be wrong in this circumstance. I never condone domestic violence in that sense. But at what point, this is like a situation where her husband probably had to go there just to get away from her. It's like, please, can you guys, I call 911 just to come and arrest me, please, just to get me away from this dumbass. I'm so fucking dipped and stooped in stupidity and ignorance right now. I just need you to come because I am such an organized person. I know the only next step is probably going to be having to offer, and I'm going to prevent myself from any further criminal action here. Thank you. And believe me, they'll show up. And wouldn't that make a good content? Wouldn't that make good content? Oh, shit, yeah.
I don't care what you said. And every time somebody really comes to me and they go, this one's doing this one's saying that. What do I always say, people? Do y'all know what I always tell y'all? If any of my people's in here, what have I been saying?
I don't know, but why do you look so surprised? Let's see you move those eyebrows. Those eyebrows that you've drawn on, you need to draw them at a height that is in line with your actual old ones, not above them where they don't move. Like, you know, where you get your eyebrows like this. Like, look at everybody. I'm moving my eyebrows. See that? You see that? Well, she's got hers fucking painted up here where the damn things don't move. Like, the skin doesn't move up there. That's past the muscle of the eyebrow. I'm not sure if you knew that. Holy shit. And she drew them up there, so when she's talking to you, how are you supposed to take this seriously? One, how am I supposed to take you seriously with that look on your face all the time? A surprised look.
I'll usually just say, consider the source. Consider the source. Or I'll say, I don't watch that. Now, AB, I was watching him here
She watches me all the time. I know she does.
and there. I didn't watch him for a long time.
Millie RN watches me. So does, what's another one of her mods? Millie? I said Millie, right?
When he was
Yeah,
doing
Millie
what he
and
did
Lofi.
to Doug. I didn't, you know. And I got a lot of flack because
Yeah, she craves wisdom. She craves somebody's original thought that she can interpret. Like, when you come to people that can interpret things, it's like it's an easier way to hear important info that's otherwise too exhausting for your mind to process. So it's easier to go and get the Coles notes from somebody else and try to make it your own in that sense, from her perspective. It's not actually joining the conversation. It's Smiley trying to pretend that she's bringing you important information, yet she can't actually speak from the heart in any kind of situation. Fuck. I never mind. I don't want to compare to that. Excuse me. I don't want to get sidetracked. But it's why do you have to pretend that you're doing something you're not? Like, why is it? Maybe I need to think about it differently. Like, I have to think about this differently. Like, are you suffering some sort of intense delusional episode? The information that's coming down the microphone into your eardrums that comes from your channel is butchery and misinforming and twisting of bits of information a lot of time, Smiley, for your own convenience and purpose in the moment. Just look what we went through with this, how you felt bullied and pressured into think a certain way here on YouTube. Okay? Nobody's telling you how to think. All right? Just because everybody's telling you that you're wrong when you're actually fucking wrong might be a strong indicator that you're fucking delusional. Just for the sake of conversation that everybody knows where we're at there. Like, you have to be delusional in that sense. You want to have better content. You want to be more yourself and original and talk about the exact same things. Why do you have to take the things that you're talking about and make them into something that they're not, which is the problem.
Was friend.
And that is exploitative in its very nature because of the subject matter in which you're talking about. All right? And people will always have a right to say something against it. Now, you can do whatever you want. But why don't you do it right? It's like, hey, why don't you swing that fucking hammer with your hand as opposed to your feet? Wouldn't it? Right? No, I like swinging this hammer with my toes.
With Doug, which Doug's not on here anymore, and that's neither here nor there.
Bringing up Dougie Hutton.
But the truth is the truth is the truth. But again, how do you judge people for being friends with somebody else? How?
How do I judge people for being friends with somebody else? So you're gonna virtue signal. Listen to this, everybody. If you're just joining us and you haven't picked up on what Smiley's trying to do here, she's virtue signaling her relationship with No Thanks Investigates Doug Hutton, and trying to use that as though I'm judging her based upon her relationship with Doug, as opposed to the fact that she's one of the most ignorant people to ever step their butts behind a microphone. Sweet Tea, thank you very much, and thank you for being you, darling, for so long too. I love you, Sweet Tea.
I mean, I don't know. Did he get a lot of hate because he was with Tiffany Marie? I don't know.
What's wrong with Tiffany? What are you saying? That you're better than Tiffany Marie? See how she's so quick to misinform? So again, she's gaslighting us by using Doug, says Janelle Silver, and Tiffany Marie. Now, well, that should open up the old shitstorm a little bit. That should get things a little bit more active for you in the next little bit. People giving a reason to fucking chill the shit out of her. Well, what's wrong with Tiffany? Are you better than Tiffany? I don't know about that. Even Tiffany is closer to reality than Smiley is in her content.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't judge people.
Tiffany Marie and I met in Manhattan atop the Empire State Building and made mad, passionate love on an August evening. It was romantic. But it was just for our own selfish desires.
Like that.
that was after we ate the creme de brulee in the restaurant with the same spoon.
I can only speak for myself. Yeah, they always, LB, he said, she said, that always causes trouble between people. And there's a lot of people in the audience, in my audience, and in his audience.
That's actually where I took her Virgin, if you know what I'm saying.
And in their audience, who are shit stirrers. They like to go from one place to the other to stir shit. And by the time it gets from here to there, it's nothing but trouble.
Hey, Slim, good to see you.
That's all. And content for them. One thing I don't care about. Hey, S. Francisco. One thing I don't care about that he seems to think he knows me.
Okay, let me ask you all at home, especially those watching after the show. Answer below in the comment section. If Smiley Stories World is going to get up here and sit in front of you like she does her own audience and say that, you know me, you know all about me, you know I do this, want to do that, should I not be measuring her in the same way as look, you're giving us, you're saying that we're getting you. This is your genuine you. Well, if this is your genuine you, there's a bit of an issue then. That's all. That's all, Smiley. Come on now.
I don't seem to care about the money, click.
Lie. Like, now you know, like, what's... Listen, if there wasn't money, there'd be no point to making content. The fuck do I care? I do things for the love of it, but not in that sense. Yeah, it's okay to be about the money as long as you've got something of value to offer the customer. You know, there's a big difference when you come into this respecting the people who are consuming your product and want to grow that because you believe in your products and things like that. And then there's a person like you who just wants to play pretend. You want to pretend to care. You can't even make sense long enough. You can't even plagiarize. You can't even fucking plagiarize. That's fucking stupid. Like, that's essentially what she's trying to do, is plagiarize in real time and twist and relate it to what's going on her live channel. So somehow we end up with some abortion that looks like peer pressure against children with cognitive disabilities and cyberbullying on her channel that victimizes her. That's how it went. Thinking I know you. Yeah, I know you're full of shit. So isn't that kind of a self-answering statement?
Likes, views, where he gets his information, or this built in his head. I don't know, but we're going to clear it up today. Now, evidently he come in. Let's get this clear.
Fuck, we're just getting started. Holy shit. She's going to clear this up today. She's really gaslighting the audience. Remember what I said a couple stories ago? One word, what? That's right, Evian Lane. One word got her fucking rolling. And she still can't make sense. Look, we're giving you every opportunity to make a lick of sense here. Like, would you hurry up? Oh shit! Like, it's easy. It's easy to go after people and troll them because they got bad haircut, or they have a receding hairline, or a 5 o'clock shadow, or some droopiness that they have. But she wouldn't dare start going up somebody based on their looks. Do you want to take any guess why? Because she's not part of the club, yo. She's not part of the good-looking people club, like we are, like you and me. But she admits that, because a person who thinks about, I don't think like that, of course. It's just funny to joke about, because a person that thinks about that will get fucking all triggered about that. She just presented that to you. Listen, you're just admitting that you're ugly.
Evidently, he come in the other day
Self-love.
in my chat, didn't come in on the whole thing, and he's made a whole show. And by the way, I heard him say, I'm going to email her and ask her, can I use my content? Why are you going to ask me, can you use my content? I've told everybody from the first day.
Why am I gonna ask you? Because it's common courtesy. It would be a common courtesy. That's all. But you never answer any of the emails I send you anyway. That's the reality. I've sent her email after email about certain things, and she refuses because she's terrified of me.
I didn't even know what I was doing on here. I don't care who uses my content. I don't care if you get paid for it or you don't, as long as you're doing
so
good.
So here's how it works. Let me summarize it quickly for you there, sweetheart. Yeah, I was going to send you a courtesy email. It doesn't fucking matter. I would still do it anyway. But the fact that I sent you the email was just courteous of me to send, because I'm going to use it whether you like it or not, in a way that I deem fit. Okay? So instead of being highly offensive, all right, that's what that gesture was. It was a gesture of goodwill. Not that she would ever recognize any sort of human, gesture in life. A kind one at that.
To help, if it's helping to find kids or if it's helping somebody.
Helping to find kids. I'm in the business of helping find kids. Is that what you call it? That sounds like trafficking to me.
Care. And first of all, by the way, he never did email me about that. I noticed he did tag my name in the live later when I got back from getting my phone. And I've never hid, deleted, or anything of mine. But guess what? I sat there and did the other day. Because I'm tired of all of these fuckers. All of them. The good ones, the bad ones. I don't give a damn. Because they do no good with my content. They do no good with nobody else's content. It's obvious. It's still there. I don't delete it. I don't give a damn about the money. And he's talking about what Tiffany Marie, and he took theirs. Yeah, she started it. All I can say is I got everything stacked up if I need to every creator. I don't even want to say the dick ears. Oh, they can go on and make a live tonight. I don't care to have content. Nobody thinks about that sorry looking motherfucker. I'm never going to say his name. I wouldn't be caught dead on their pants. Backed up if I need to every creator. I don't even want to say the dick ears.
Oh, she's talking about White Boy again. Oh, fuck, this is a 2-4. Oh, shit, I'm glad I rewound there. I'm like, she just went off on a White Boy tangent. No, the exact same way she did earlier on in this 2 hour and 36 minute right now. So, I have to upload another one to this one. That's pretty good. Make a side-by-side. There's Smiley gaslighting White Boy here and gaslighting White Boy here. This it's nice to see you in here, White Boy, rattling around in old Smiley Stories World Head. How many other people are in here?
Oh, they can go on and make a live tonight. I don't care to have content. Nobody thinks about that sorry looking motherfucker. I'm never going to say his name. I wouldn't be caught dead on their panel.
Why? Why is that? Why is that? That's such a shame. Like, why don't you just go up there and say, yo, White Boy, let's let bygones be bygones. Let's have some real talk and throw it back in his face. Let him walk out of your good gesture. You don't want any of that because you've gotten yourself too far into bullshit, right? This is what happens when you're a straight bullshitter. She fully intends to continue to bullshit and lie and gaslight because that's what she does full time in front of this microphone. And even her peers in the con artist community are calling her out for it. They don't like her flavor of bullshit. That tells you a lot.
I wouldn't speak of them if they dropped in here with a what or a this or a that, a troll, anything.
Troll?
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Who? Name names.
I guarantee you this. Y'all think Seth put out cease and desist? It ain't going to be no cease and desist for me. And I meant what I said the other day. Call the cops. Pull up here, and it's going to be a bullet between your damn eyes. That ain't a threat. That's a promise.
She's threatening to kill cops. She's threatening to 187. It's going to 187 a mofo cop. Told you. She's listened to a lot of gangster rap, just as I suspected. A lot of probably Snoop Dogg and Dre, I would expect. You know, the Smiley Mafia? Smile around and find out. You're gonna pull a 187 on a cop if they pull up to your door. One, I don't even think you could operate a firearm. I bet you wouldn't even know how to use a firearm. So there's not really any worry about that. So then I have to ask, who's going to be doing the shooting? And what caliber, if you don't mind me asking, so I can prepare.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
Really? That's some tough talk
Clip
from
it, call the
That's some tough talk from a 5150.
cops. I don't care. Hi. Is that you, AB? I want to show you something. You want to sit here and you want to say, see, you didn't come in on content the other day, so let's correct this. Correct it since you didn't hear it. You want to talk about my nails that my creators bought? My creators didn't buy shit. Not about my nails, not about my feet. Go back in that live from the beginning.
Not about my feet.
Boy.
That's a racist term. She did. Did you hear that, Queen? I wish the Queen heard this part right now. I'm feeling fucking oppressed. How dare you flex your white privilege on me, madam? How dare you? Told you she's a racist. She called me boy. Mm-hmm. In a southern drawl, that's racist.
My son gave me his credit card days before my birthday.
He gave you that credit card to crush up the half a gram of Coke that you bought last weekend and never got it back.
It was a birthday gift. And I finally, after my birthday, got the opportunity to go. And I said that many times because I have other things to do.
Well, why didn't you make a video about it then if it's so close to your heart? I think your subscribers would enjoy sitting around and hearing or watching how you act in public in a place like a setting like a nail salon. They probably are all Korean and laugh behind your back and call you an old Oompa Loompa and a Karen and a nasty old self-entitled white chick. You know, cracker, probably. Probably all shit talk you in the lunchroom. Probably charge you double.
June's a busy month for me in many, 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 many ways. Not only do I have a mother that's dying, literally, fixing to go into another surgery. I'm not playing fucking victim. That I take care of long distance and other things. I have a life outside of this. But you also,
No, she doesn't.
this is the second time I've heard you say it, AB. I know what you do on your show, but you want to talk about, you have me. Hi, Angel. Thank you. You have me talking. You say you have me figured out, and you say, and I seen where you put my meme up with my glasses, and I'm reading from. Let me show you something with my old phone, because you want to be an asshole. You want these people believing. I don't care about the subs, but between you, Tiffany, and Dickhead, I see where you've cost me subs. I don't care if I have 10 subs in here.
Well, that's interesting timing, isn't it? I'm so happy that I spent so long in the beginning of this video encouraging everybody to go and subscribe up to old Smiley Stories World here, because it is some entertaining level ignorance in 2024. Like, her con is so shitty she doesn't even care. She doesn't even care how bad it stands out. That tells you how nasty she is and what she's really here for. She's an exploiter. She doesn't give a good goddamn. Hey, if you gave a fuck about Summer Wells or Sebastian Rogers, you cow, why don't you get one fucking fact straight? Why don't you try one fucking fact? Can't do it. You have any hay in Canada? I don't know. Why was she asking about hay? I must have missed that whistle alert. She said a lot of good ones up here. I got distracted momentarily with all of these fantastic pepperettes. Deer jerky.
Here. I said that all the way back when I wasn't making nothing on Summer Wells. But let me show you this. Quick notes. My notes. My notes. My notes. This is what I read from. Justin Ross Harris.
Oh, she's gonna use the Bill O'Reilly excuse. She's gonna use the Bill O'Reilly.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a, I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Harris. I wrote that down yesterday. Me.
That's
What
tomorrow,
I
and
did.
that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Yeah, the bitch is using the old Bill O'Reilly excuse. Yeah, the teleprompter did it, right? It's the teleprompter's problem? Yeah. Likely story, darling.
Let's go back. Murder suicide in St. Augustine. What I did. If I'm sitting there reading.
Did I just get an admission to murder out of her mouth? Did she just admit to murdering somebody in St. Augustine, Florida? Friends, you are welcome. Elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary. I just got Smiley to admit to a murder. A murder. Murder made to look like a suicide. Yeah, we've heard of them. Heard the real popular Smiley. And you've done one? Let's hear that again. Let's just hear that little gem again, shall we? Oh, this is like the gift that keeps on giving.
My notes. This is what I read from. Justin Ross Harris. I wrote that down yesterday. Me. What I did. Let's go back.
Holy fuck. You didn't tell me this was grade 4. You did all of that? Well, what a good girl. Wow. Guys, just play along. She's 68 years old. Boy, probably impressed all of your peers in that class of yours, Smiley. What grade was that again? Yeah, why don't you show your work here, Smiley? Oh, here, you forgot to use capitals. You remember? Right? Do you remember we like to use periods at the end of our sentences as well? Yes. You got 5 gold stars, darling. Thank you very much, Crafting with Amy. Yes. You see the target audience she's going with here? Desert Eagle. That's a big one. Hell, that's a real big one. It's hard to haul that around in the back pocket. I was thinking more Saturday Night Specialish. No, maybe a 32. What do I got up there? Oh, I got an old 1911. My preferred baby.
Murder suicide in St. Augustine. What I did. If I'm
Murder suicide in St. Augustine that I did. Right. Punctuation is key, Raising Grace. Shouldn't there be a comma in there?
I'm sitting there reading from my phone. If I have my phone in my hand, then I'll write it on my notes. Like if I'm doing my feet, I'll write it out of my head and my heart. Okay? Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. I don't know.
Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Wouldn't you think, Smiley? Wouldn't you think there, Chucklehead, that... See, you know why? Because I'm not actively trying to steal the content and other people's information. Okay, sweetheart? That's why we go through it together and we share our screens and we point things out and highlight them, talk about them based upon things like articles, statements from blogs. That way you can, separate yourself from potential misinformation. But not you. You're misinforming. You disregard this.
Notes.
Hold on, Chairman.
Notes. I'll copy I'll copy it. I'll do that. Let's go back. Okay, let's see. Past 30 days. The real murder mystery right out of the movies. This place, they took their son. They don't let you have shoes. You can't run away. The age is 18. Let's see. Have I even done that one yet? Okay, nonetheless. Susan and John Sutton. Okay, I did that one. Susan and John Sutton. There's another one. That's what I read from. And then I can stop and I can go back when I get more stuff out of my head and my heart.
Friends, this has been Ramblings of a Madman. And I, your host.
Let's go back. Hold on, let's see.
Orson Welles.
Prayers for those who asked and some that didn't. Okay? If I'm recording and I have another phone and I want to look at the recording and I'll just read it off my phone and I'll do the recording. How about that? Now we're going to go here today.
No, I still don't buy it. I still don't buy whatever it is that you're laying out there. It makes no sense. Anybody? Any takers on that? I don't think so. Not one word made a lick of sense. Not one. They didn't even go together. We speak English, yes?
We're going to fucking go here today. Okay, let's see. Let's just keep on fucking going.
All right, baby. Let's ride that out.
Okay, let's make my fucking notes here. Let's see. 519. This is what I put sometimes with TikTok with some of my stuff.
Look at her work, everybody. Well, isn't that interesting? Look what she's bragging on, whatever she's talking about. So she's already got these little pre-made things that she can copy and paste, because let's not forget, copy and paste is synonymous with research. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. Now, when you do this type of research, you must remember, friends, con artists, up-and-comers, to not cite your information like Smiley doesn't. Now, of course, you would pick up on this sarcasm in that. This is fucking ridiculous. How dare you exploit Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' name in this manner, talking about all the self-importance you're allotting to your time here on this planet, madam. It's disturbing, disgusting, criminal, immoral, unethical, and sad.
How about that?
Did you notice? Did you notice all of the fucking words that I just used there? They all went together. They're all description words of the same sort of bullshit that you're getting through. They all made sense. They all made sense, and they were relative and tangible to the content that we're presenting. Look at how upset she is. Hold on. Let's get this down. I want you to get full effect here. Was she spray tanning, do you think? Is that just me, or is she spray tanning? She probably goes to the same spray tan as old Donald Trump, I would think. Look at that. Is that one of those Trump 2024 bikinis? She is triggered, isn't she? I don't even know what she's on, but she's really getting in front of a camera and being self-important. Like, look at all the work that I do. You've copy and pasted and made some emojis, assembled them like a message, so you could copy and paste it and reuse it over and over again, and that is contributing. Well, that's fantastic. Why did I even bother with college? Dolores Hayes, no way, B. She actually sits outside and fries herself at her old age, thinking that she's some hot toddy. She's some fancy little gal with some tight little butt, making all the old men drool. Maybe the old dogs. Probably all the shit. She smells like a ham sandwich, for crying out loud. Well, she got to take what she gets at this age, doesn't she?
And what I do is this. I'll do this just like this. Let me demonstrate for y'all motherfuckers.
She does.
How about that? And
oh, that is, whoa. Yeah, how about that? Can you guys get a load of that shit? That's a square. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of a little thing called geometry. It's part of a greater mathematical classification, if you will. Now, how about that? How about that? Let me guess, what are you going to pull up next? A rhombus? Don't do that.
And then I'll click. I'll
Oh,
edit.
shit. Now it's you look at me. It's the exact same thing. Now look what she did. Now look what she did. You never took that into consideration, and for that, madam, I apologize. You probably had to download an application for that, and that is what I overlooked. And that, my friend, is work. Technically.
Edited it out, and I'll put it with my stuff. That's how I create, in case you didn't know how to fucking create. How about that? Oh,
I think I'm doing just fine. It's almost like subjugating you with my content. It's like subjugating you in real time, and there ain't nothing you're going to do about it, because everything that comes out of your mouth is so damn dumb, ignorant, that you're now the focus of the content. This is Reading Rainbow. I love that. That's fantastic. Jordy. I liked Reading Rainbow, actually. It's a good show.
oh, I'm on a rant today. Let's just go. I'm not really paying attention to the chat because I'm going to give him something to go ahead and make some content. You can have plenty of it. Let's see. Let me go down to...
Cash out. Joe Kaiser's cash out me outside. How about that? That is good. Man, you should have used that one.
Let's see.
Oh, shit.
Let's just go down to what else have I got? I mean, I got plenty of shit.
This is like, this is so fucking bizarre to watch happen. Like, at what point, this is why I would be a horrible criminal. Because if I'm running up on the street to mug somebody and all of a sudden they start pulling this on me, I'm susceptible to laugh. Now, you have to be hard as fuck to be a criminal like that. Like, I just have to give up on the robbery. I'll probably get caught because this made me laugh so hard. She's coming up with all these stupid ass excuses for what I want. Where's my money, bitch? Here, give me your fucking wallet, bitch. And all she pulls out is all of these things that aren't a fucking wallet. Like, this is some sort of movie. Oh, here's some money. That's not fucking money, stupid. That's a piece of paper. This goddamn thing. I love this. Oh my God. Yeah, she's for real, Raising Grace. This is nuts, isn't it? I can't believe I'm sitting through this. Are you gonna wait for it? Do you think she's gonna use the same Sebastian Rogers snippet again? Is she gonna flash? Is she gonna flash the old Jody Sue camera in front of the lens again for you? Oh yeah, here's my receipt right here, bro. It's on my phone. It's on my phone. Yeah. Don't make me flash that again.
This is my links to my merch and all that, and I'll cut that out and I'll do that. Let's see. Hold on just a minute.
Tell the IRS that.
No, we're gonna get to it.
Be sure to add that to the audit, if you will. Merch links.
Today. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Something tells me that laundering money wouldn't really be in her forte.
Hold on a minute. 2023. Oh, let's see. Hold on a minute. This is something else y'all have seen. Help me.
What?
All I did was in my pictures, I cut it out. I did that. Somebody help me. I cut it out. I did that. I did that. I made it. I created it. Fucking did that shit. Okay, whoops. We're going to go down this shit.
I don't remember that.
God.
I don't remember that in the job description.
God. Y'all are so stupid. Not y'all.
Oh my God, y'all are so stupid. Oh, not y'all. The other y'all. Saul, I'm here for you, man. Oh my God, I'm here for it. Trying to unpucker my butthole right now. But it's hard not to observe this in its natural habitat, isn't it? So this is what it looks like. So this is what happens.
All in the audience, these creators. All right, let's see. December 5th, 2023, 11:45. I put a praying hand. I wrote this shit. Never forget to be kind, and remember, there really are those who are grateful. Some are really in need, and never.
Okay, friends at home, if you're looking to look, she's got cocksucker's cramp. Look at her. Look at their screen, everybody. She's got cocksucker's cramp. Anyway. All you armchair sleuths out there at home, anytime that a person like Smiley reads something like this, especially into a microphone, take it word for word and put it back into Google and see what pops up. And then go into her chat and let her know where you found it. All right? Just like I do. This is her work. She's so adamant. Fuck. Work. Dude, there was 2 words with some scribbles underneath it on a piece of paper, and you just told me that was some kind of work, content in that sense. That's considered work. Is this the same sort of way that you talk to your husband? Or your husband, I should say. Nobody's really sure if he actually exists or not. Actually, I heard somebody close the door. Doesn't sound like you guys are exactly on speaking terms, it sounds like, from the lack of conversation in the room. I think probably your husband lets you just do whatever it is that keeps you occupied so he can go otherwise avoid your fat ass. All right? You let him know, high five.
will say. Some just want to help, and some just because it is the holidays. And there is nothing wrong with that type of love or help or hand up. I have already said this before. My people will choose, not me. Some will win, some will lose. That's okay. Be grateful, not hateful. I'm just renewing this list. I feel obligated always to do you, and whatever your gut tells you. Just remember one thing: never allow anyone in this world to take your kindness from you, or what you do or try to do good in this.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, man.
This world, I refuse to, and I made a list. You know, some of these fucking people on this list are not worthy anymore today. You know, I had a list of these people. Some of them, as you know, are not worthy to this day, but I did. I've helped people.
Not worthy. You notice these are words that only come out of her mouth, like not worthy, unworthy. These are evil. I never ever tell you guys that. That would be wrong of me. That's not my business. It's opinions. Like, what is she so adamant about up there? Like, don't confuse yourselves. It's nothing. It's just the type of display she puts on. Like, I don't know if she's trying to attract earthworms out of the ground in order to eat with all of this bullshit vibrations, kind of like the American woodcock does.
I've gave away shit. Keep on, keep on, keep on. 11/20/30. Same thing with summer.
No, it'll be why next time, Poker.
Same thing. Same thing. You know, same thing. You know, and then hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We're gonna let this out.
Well, did we just get a shot of this god awful top of hers? Look at this. It's Uncle Sam's mistress, Karen. Look at this. Just briefly did she get up and walk away. That's a desecration of the flag. Absolutely.
Same
And by the way, what kind of loser are you to be sporting that sort of top in Tennessee, baby? Where's your Southern Cross, honey? You're a traitor down there too. Fucking Yankee.
Same thing. You know, same thing. You know, and then hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
She's not a real American like Hulkster. You're not even like Hulkster. Uh-oh, what happened here? What the fuck is this?
This is just shit that you see me writing and reading from when I write from my heart. Not reading from whatever notebooks and notebooks.
Empty notebooks. I just saw that empty notebook. Do you guys want to see it again? We go back and put it in slow motion for you guys watching in the future.
This is just
look at this
shit.
Right, it's shit.
That you
look at. There's there. So first of all, we've identified that the writing in this particular shit notebook matches letter for letter the bubble type writing from the particular letter to the judge, corroborating the egregious and ridiculous act of virtue signaling to a judge currently deciding on a case of her own domestic violence, trying to influence him because she thinks that she's just so fantastic in exploiting children on the internet for money.
You see me writing and reading from when I write from my heart.
Where you write from your heart? Which side of your chest is your heart? Mrs. Do men have hormones?
not reading from whatever notebooks and notebooks of stuff.
Look at that. I see track marks on Smiley's arms. I didn't know you're diabetic. Or is it you have a heroin addiction?
You know, notebooks and notebooks and notebooks.
I bet you if you check the label on that particular top of hers, it will say made in China. So how American is that top of, Old Glory that you got your breasts parked in? That's that's desecrating the flag. That, madam, is a crime, even in Tennessee.
Books of stuff I've literally printed on Lacey Spears that I've wrote and
Lacey
printed
Spears, is
out.
she related to Britney?
You know, all the things. All the things.
Holy shit.
So, I still got more. I don't have to prove a damn thing. I don't have to prove a damn thing.
I don't know, Miss B.
Nothing. So you know what? If you want to sit there and you want to say the way that I talk or whatever, or I'm not doing something right, how about you do your channel and I'll do my channel?
Well, that's the problem there, jerky.
I ain't thinking about what somebody else does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use your content.
I don't have any content.
I don't care what you're doing over in Canada.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. You don't care? Well, you shouldn't be. I guess we shouldn't have any problems from here on out then, friends. I guess this little spectacle of yours had no point to it, did it?
I can guarantee you, I can pull up right now what I've made.
Xenophobe.
Or what I'm making.
Yeah, it's jack shit, but it doesn't matter. The people that you made it from still lost money under false pretense because of the garbage that comes out of your mouth.
And I guarantee you one damn thing. Y'all motherfuckers are making a hell of a lot more me sitting on this channel, your channels. But I don't care.
Because we're good and you suck.
I could care less. I could care less. But we're clearing this up once and for all. And by the way, let's get one more thing clear. I'm going to clear this up. Y'all taking people, it could be me or it could be somebody else, but I got a serious question for you. I don't have no record. I don't have a record. I don't have any missing kids. I've raised my kids.
Says you. Can you guys hear me in my chat? Press 1.
I've done nothing wrong except try to advocate for children.
Thank you, Patricia.
You want to talk about the letter to the judge? It's right. It's none of their damn business. I've been married 43 motherfucking years. And I got all 4 of my children. I've never lost one. I've never had CPS.
Well, very fucking proud of you. You know? What do you want? A medal? A cookie? You want a ribbon? You want a pat on the back? I don't give a fuck. I never asked. Why don't you be accountable for the garbage that comes out of your mouth, bitch? How about that? How about the more that comes out of your mouth, the less that you're going to ultimately want to stream in that sense? You're making it difficult for yourself.
Yes, called out on me. I have a granddaughter that's 19 damn years old.
You need a fucking welfare check. It wouldn't be too difficult for people to call in, a welfare check in on you, considering that you're talking about putting bullets in people's heads.
That I raised for 4.5 years. I would never let anything happen to any of my grandchildren.
I'd keep
ever.
away from you. You're probably
But
not
what
allowed
I
around them.
choose to do to help somebody, that's in my nature. But here's the thing. I've done nothing wrong. But whether it be me or whether it be...
You've done nothing wrong. On the contrary. You need to be interrupted. That's the problem. You're delusional. You refuse to hear the problems. We're not just talking about little things. We're talking about blatant racism, bitch. Okay? You straight up gaslight the audience, and that action in of itself is a lot more malicious than anybody actually straightening out your nonsense. So you can continue to play pretend, because the only person you're fooling is yourself. We see how mixed up you are. That's why nobody can really be friends with a person like you in that sense. You have no friends, no allies.
Anybody else. Ask yourself and ask the next person the question, how in the
What a baby.
hell would you come to the conclusion that somebody may or may not be a domestic violence victim, which I am not, or the person
Well, you should be, considering the mouth on you.
that has done nothing wrong, and you would go after that person?
What does that mean? What does any of what just came out of your mouth mean there, roly-poly? Absolutely nothing. Fuck, I'm sitting here waiting to take some of your insults. And it's like you get started with the insult and you just circle right back around again to saying nothing. Finish off an insult, for crying out loud. I'm not like you. I can take it. I want it. I want your heat. Come on now. You can't even come up with something. It's the spectacle. You're fishing for sadness and measuring your chat. Take a look where your eyes are there, googly eye. You're looking at your chat, seeing how many people agree with you and hoping that you can pick up on what somebody else is saying and just talk poorly about that person. No, see, we don't have to do that with you. We can actually listen to the cockamamie words that come out of your mouth that don't make sense, by the way. And it's not because we don't speak English. We have every right to say and have an opinion because you can't keep our fucking names out of your mouth. Now, that doesn't personally bother me because I get to sit here and make content, get paid for it. That adds up and fits into my budget just fine, thank you. Yeah, I'm all about the clicks, views, money, dollars, future, saving, building business, networking. Damn right, I'm what they call ambitious, bitch. That's what makes my hustle solid, because people get value from it in the long run. Yours is a self-serving, exploitative, fake entity.
You explain that shit to me.
I just did.
That makes you know better?
Oh, bitch, I'm way better than you. Listen, this is a time where you've got to say where you're better than somebody. Listen, I've got 4 fucking businesses that are growing. I've got a reason to be here. I've got a reason to talk in all kinds of ways from the heart, because I don't need to edit my fucking passion. Okay? My caring is real. My humanity is real. I'm in touch with myself. You're not. You're here because you see some sort of dollar sign behind it because you got some sort of weird pill addiction. You're a crackhead. Okay, we can see it. All right, you don't like the sounds of that? Then fuck off. Change. That's not my fucking problem. You're going to be hearing about it all the fucking time because we as creators see the maliciousness behind what it is that you portray here, which is false and a con and spam, S-P-A-M, and actually against terms of service. And I have that psychological wall of reality and truth in front of me in that sense. We've demonstrated it for the past 3 and some odd hours here today there, Smurley. You scared? We see you're scared all the fucking time. You're only looking for the people that are apologetic. That's how you get fucked around, manipulated, but you don't care. You look for marks, for targets.
It makes you, in my opinion, a piece of shit.
Wrong.
And a worse person.
Way better person than you
And
scumbag.
if you want to know what I was speaking on a summer whale, since you know it all.
Hey, idiot. I know everything and then some when it comes to that fucking case. And guess what? I don't need to talk about it in front of people on the daily and pretend that I care about something that is so pretentious like you do. At any point in time, can I engage anybody involved, including law enforcement, any journalist, in a long-form, informative discussion about the Summer Wells case in a factual manner, which is something that you can't offer. You don't have the ability to get your point across or to recognize what the important factors are in any situation at hand because you're a piece of shit.
Oh, paper? It wasn't about me at all? A flyer? It was about, before this shit got out, when somebody should have been taken to the hospital instead of jail. It was about if this shit got out.
Yeah. Does anybody... Listen, I've been here since it broke, right? I was the first fucking one. I was the only one. You don't need to remind me. And guess what there, Smiley? I still have every single live stream. 40, 50, 60,000 views for 3 months. You know, I know what it's like. I know where the traffic comes from. That's what you want to tap into by lying and deceiving people. Making yourself so self-important to a case that's so tragic. You're just putting child murder in a way that's benefiting the suspects. And that's all you're about. Take away from the tragedy and what it's like to actually be a human and go through what we all do on the daily. You're detached from that. That's endless entertainment for me. You can change that. You can change that by not being so damn ignorant. But therein lies the comedy and the tragedy. And they're hand in hand here when it comes to Smiley Stories world. Madam, you have insulted me for the last time. I challenge you to a duel.
And I'm advocating for this missing child, Summer Wells.
No, you're not. You're not advocating. You can't even spell advocate or define it. Should have wrote that down in your notes.
The exact same thing from these raunchy motherfuckers that's happening today, and worse, is not only going to happen to me, but it could possibly back then have hurt her case. And here we are.
Did she not just look at her? This is just blowing my mind. How ridiculous this is. I'm gonna probably have to do a 2-part series on this. The psychology behind this ridiculous attachment to a topic. Bitch, what you're describing is no different than really liking some story. Okay? And you're trying to make fiction real at this point. You're so far away from what should be occurring or what advocacy really looks like or is that you couldn't possibly be a good mother to anybody. You're such a fucking blatant liar. Okay? It's disgusting, disturbing. And madam, I'm not going anywhere. So your life is about to get a lot more uncomfortable in regards to the level of bullshit you continue to put out on innocent children's names. Now, thank you all for joining, everybody. I'll be back a little bit later. We're going to make some dinner. It's green Thai chicken tonight on basmati rice done in my rice cooker. And chicken. But we're going to get ready. I got to get out of here. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining. And F you, Smelly. How dare you? Hopefully White Boy picks us up and tears a strip off her. Or the Queen. I can't believe